very market appear apriku ba ko membo omo de show ne to aso na mo de amamo
ana ese ba ko bi wo
set wo
I know the jiska
set ni de on pekra
I know the jiska na da na meti se otu da ko de Joshua me si Urade Nyankopon maka asem o
na otu di Joshua
o di Joshua o
so
what's that
so he takes over from
na no otu da ko e Joshua na me say hey ya na mo de radio ni TV mo di asiesie o me de say Obaapa Yaa Titi
Rosemary
na Rosemary dia me de yede
oh the Rosemary
e din da sa dia me de yede me ja ho
Rosemary
David it's not my calling
Rosemary Rosemary
it's not my name Mindy Rosemary not say Rosemary dia de ma ayi ya kan say
but papa ma wa
abrofodi dia so wo ma me bi na de ma me no wo sese me kwasan check agisika ana se bia ye tua meka ana se bia wo kondo so send me sika e na wo ye entitled to know na sisi ya me no tie ya amia
bibi ma edin ben na beba
o say
edin ben na beba
eno na sa number no me eye obi fofodi na wo so me akasa me wo number na de me mfa ma wo da me number na wo na nya na emomo na akasa o ka sma say
okay I'm surprise.
There would be foul surprise. Foul surprise.
The 2 phones. Oh, come in, body.
Oh, there be me uni. Oh, me uni. Now me akasame ho kra to da bia me sheda nyi me uni sa.
Oh, come in mo.
Me yonku ni pa de.
Oh, itina.
O de ye.
Oh, itina.
Oh, ye fancy ya. Davidson de say de bia ye boni di David nti enyawe. Ono ne de ne say I say e de nti no bo a o feel proud.
Davidson
na say David ono no ahye da abrofilize no say Davidson e ba buru mu David titi di David
o ba say o David ho ne wo Davidson
o e de enya David na ba ya nkasen no firi hi na ba e
say David
ana me say David ama nkasen na so
ebisa e wo say ebisa Davidson say no papa di David ana Davidson the son of David
David there you go.
Ntimu mbisa David say papa di David ana.
Engofo di asada kam do aka so beka wase bo TV so ase na se besi.
Ye wo Davidson. Ye wo Samson. Ye wo
Samson be dey say ye baburu mu de no.
No Samson mu na o ntiri nwi bebre. Na ye de ehwe di tiri ho.
Ampa o. We fake o. Samson dey fake o.
Enye fake.
We fake Samson.
Enye fake Samson but
I know ya be for Samson.
Ya be for Samson.
Na be Samson ni tiri mu de ade. Oh.
Better na Delilah than Safi fight.
Safi fight when you wada.
Oh, Samson.
All right, ya sure double cat say ba no pay issues a ewom na eja ye ni ho enkomo kakra na ye hwe de daily na report.
All right.
Cut and paste ye be.
Cut and paste ya asem kro ya dade ya daily graphic ya bobrusu ya AU health summit e course e won kran. Na Ghana ina ye mampeni John Dramani Mahama His Excellency onya akwanya na one ne mfefo di nkomo na odi to mu anim se ebraso se ebibremu ye jaisa abrebia no ye be budget for health ho a age ye kɔ amanone ekogi biribi kakra aselala sulala ho na ye de ababa beboa no se ebraso se yanka se betumi atoto ne o ma hyehye ne o ma de ne o ma egu akwemu a eno etimi aboaye ente president urges self-reliant healthcare wo ebibrem na eno no ana na o ka se wo hwa sabre de enoma nkakra nsakraye eba wo se wa bra covid atwi ni ti na ho na na ese ka bibi e de kire wo se new scientific capacity emerge e wo Dakar, Cape Town, Kigali ene nkura ahodo so ni nyina no esese ebibremu nyina so etumi efabiribi frame no musua na efe yetimi edeboa ose Ghana enso so egu so invest in vaccine production through the Ghana Vaccine Institute just to strengthen Africa's manufacturing capacity enti asemwa mampeni editor enimu eno no ye be enim he ya ene media budget review na no na ato afoso hyehyɛ economy na toto nneɛma yie de nneɛma egu akwan mu and Ghana economy na ya akɔnɔ eguso efa ntoma papa efra ɛno na ato say I won't ask for more money.
Oh really? Na say na daily no crowd report.
I say I won't ask for more money.
Say me catch you.
Okay na me hu kra dada but nature.
Na is what shada na wumbu ame.
Na me pese me tete wa brabo. Nti eno nso so. Nti ene no nyame ya adom a media budget review no. Yewura to force ya so be call parliament.
Nyame ya adom a.
Na akọ kenkan.
Nyina ye be kwa akotie bi. Na obi a metum futura mu ye ni. Aha.
Daily graphic enim here nso da ha education ministry no. Yes yen kola ntoto frefin KG for no. Omo curriculum no ebraso se yesisem ebraso wo ye de toto amanone ede ho a ase enkoye kura nti ebre aso se penifo etenase na wonom etimi eboa eye nsakraye kakra ewom na yegitum ewo oman mu se de be ya ye ma no enye adwe ne ne ba na bi ne ne ba na di no said ye be ya yem kola no so no onu betumi anya ahyese pa e betumi aboa na nyoma nyina akọkan se mekọ na mibo remu a education ministry ma kan media budget review dia into aso na we ha no but asamba ko a ewo mu a eye me de pa ense eye Ghana hey JIPC ababe authority Omampeni His Excellency John Dramani Mahama or the Nensa Ashe Eye Ghana Investment Promotion Authority Act 2026 Act 1173 say officially no Ghana Investment Promotion Center JIPC no embra embeye authority na efe womu dwumedia wonum edie no womu ntumindi oba kratafa etoso dunsia heya nso a Ghana eni Morocco ede wonum nsa ahyehye nkrata ase agia tumum memorandum of understanding assign 11 agreement eno ebeboa ma aman menui ebetumi enyankita hudie pa ma bribia nso akoso in the field of education, science, technology, and then ye keka ho ahodo na wonum agia tumu se eno ba beboa na nkita hudia eda aman menu entem no etu omo etimi ahyemu krama mu nso ayede kama enra na omampani a we jani baby ko omampani dada oda ni benkum so abra na wote akonwa kese so abendwa so Professor John Evans Fifi Atamels ofiri me no mfie du nan nti ye lecture edemano ewo university ye nyina ye nim se ewo enkran pumpuni mantemi mu na no ye tonsa edefre Professor Kwabena Frimpong Boaten ama koma lecture ko kasa ye na wodensem ahodo eto edwa ewo honom obombodin na unya krata ibia emi se ensem no ewo mu na mehu se ya wadamfo odene ho kwaku apia ona mfra no kuka no I know say I will reclaim lost parliamentary seat in Ashanti enti ono nso say say
okay say want to me cry wa nko jail still nanka on run for regional chairman no run for national okay nti koka se sana onna ya o se ni shu afani afa cheche anana menim eyo no a there be o esono we okay NPP questions government fiscal gains ahead of media budget review now we akojo upon Nkrumah chairman NPP policy coordination committee we bisa nsem bebre o se na sabri hu si sika na eboa ma oman no konanim ni na say gold good board na say ko ba say gold no so no amanone no ebo no be kofo ade na be bisa nsem bebre na omo se enne onom be bisa yewura atoforsen say sustainability kwan be na betumi anam so aye sustain said amembuo no ekona na isika sem ntoto ye no na fe transparency se be hu se ne oman so emu eda ho fine no so no ma ono di enchiremu ede aba nti we ni ensem a yekuchire yede egu
daily graphic mo unye bi kenkan a ebeboa o pa near that many economy times, yeah, mining sector and so no. A Frenchman will say Seul Mouma at his time, a brasson, say Yetimifana, ye sacra, anti Abai Adjatum cabinet approve new laws, reforms, SS, and then so ye share na waunim honorable Ama Kofi Bua, waye minister, lands and natural resources na odi kanya ye tusa anamon ewe efe to any sentio refinery so energy minister e dia ba betuja Dr. John Abdullahi Jinapo se nyame ya dom na omu we expansion na fangwa ye hia wo man mo use no over 70% de ye ankasa ye betimi enyante ye be hia bi kra wo nchana ba se be 30% bi pe ente no so eye asempa economy times de aba betuja Antia, when in some kakra de bonkrata ahodo na twetwen ni tin na no pay me no ewo mu ewa ha say Cocobot clears 162 million debt to non-DDEP cocoa bill holders and bid to restore investor confidence. Oh, okay. Cocobot aya de ka bisa na wetumi free ho no mo ye see no remain steady as BOG weighs next policy move. And then so any assembly MPA's CEO late high level dialogue on Ghana's energy future at GHIPC on 2026. Ghana's informal trade with neighbors reaches 31 billion Ghana cedis are going to Ghana status checkout services. Unya we mubia o kenkanya and some new mu ankasa say Ghana eyedeba na ube chiri hanom a we kura me say ya yedada me hwe the way ya titi hu a and you bia say manye Ghana spends manye no weki ohima no na we odo say minim ono no twitwa say and them say wa chiri them dada Ghana spends 350 million annually on poultry imports. A Greek minister, Honorable Dr. Eric Opoku. Hey, and the Akuko Force here, crapa. Oh, yeah, crap. 350 million Ghana cedis every year.
And until Nama Ghana and Kukono. You were testing my local ones and yeah. Until the last time, no, because I minister say, one more benefited from Kukon Katan, the Vimo Kuamo, the Okradia. Nkwan a omo etwa kire no na yaboka na me se da bi ekosi wa say ni bo ekotrim
ya na nkokọ ye nyan say ye nyama mande nchemare
da bi won say the idea was say bi a ye mawo e bi a 50 ana ye mawo 100 idea no say o yan no munyini a say wo ba bi kura na wo say wo ton bi say na be ya obesan fa bi aye den ahyem aha say na be ya reproduction no e betimi akosoro. But so nim say Ghana for so there wo ma de na say one monitor wo be ko na ya asem foforo tie no bi na see no but ultimo say ebinom so ye serious a wo mo de no enya impact a wo mo omayen a anyini a ebimu aye den wo ma ton na wo ma rebi enti say scanner nko de be kwa kwato akukọ force no say ada no wan kwato akukọ force na wafa ebu obi kan ni buo mu achibia eku awia ekwakwasi wa eja sa akukọ force na na nko be kwa kwato na akwakoka national ye can say importation with depth no hono see ye free to be say kakaka ye develop taste for yan kasa yan local best na e be kakra no woni taste for akukọ funu na benya akukọ wa abonti ato a eye cheaper menya sure so be ha won akoto akukọ e be 10 years e wo bi ma so ansa na ya wo ne mpane ya be
akukọ no mpane ya de awo mo no na no kwa it's not good for our health
na say ye nyina ye dim say nye good for our health
it's not good for our health at all
enye buti anye ye so na akodidi wo restaurant bi na say restaurant kro no yi sa akukọ fo sukuro ye no omo so omo grelio so omo ye ne den no omo dia show vi mu no omo dia anwa bi ne ye aguso na etwa ne ho na kwabra ne akwa gifu one na esi nanim no atete awe
tesi so nim
enye de
me problem no enye de one
eye pose tesi bi nim the last obi ye video bi de beto say okoto aduane na request for chicken na chicken no ase onim say ye chicken no say ye pete o say ye di ade
But the Toriel cry na imagine e kire me say e bia na ye nea wo bodin
e pete no
kokosechi kokosechi
enti ha adwen enti say ye nyina yetimi develop taste for your local bird and as a poultry a me ye sure say nko bia be ye interested say ye ndi sebe adufude bebre ye chi rural communities na akoko force no we ho omo we chan cranfo
ya but e serious
omo we chan kumase in fact omo we chan regional capitals ne district capitals no ukon krom ketewa nankasa down na enokwa de nka woto akoko no to amfikyira ha onenam ho saa no wanyini no omo wi akoko force papa
yeah
omo wi yesi e bi de we ne san ko for example wings omo wa chicken wings
and your drumstick
and your drumstick and your back akoko na chi no
me won ne chesk
then
chesk
ne bono
ne chest no
ne bono
yeah chicken breast
chicken breast no na no just say don't pay nim omo dada nkrofo sa o
dada nkrofo
we papa akoko mesramo I think say enkoko nketenkete ne de ye policy bi a chese wo se Ghana fo nyina de ye ho jim wo se ye nyina de ye ho jim na ka yire ye ho say anya hwe akoko force no yanka te no kra na me be bia 20% and 10% eno kra no ye betimi a get rid of it ye serious say ye be ye wo be chema
ya de no be ye cheaper and the chop back for you restaurant for you
exactly no pa me say me to aduane wo restaurant bi wo ha me kwa me sheda bisa na live chicken wo so okay na me wo live chicken ebi wa sa na me ka no say live chicken ne nche so ayakoko ogina mu a wo hiri ba be say me kire say oye live ono na ku na local one o say ai asa na mato enti say o tumu say even restaurant for no enwo say enkrofo kra ni je local bed and as a live ones na wo mo ankasa be kwa chino maku anu ane dana no for pe no chen akoko force no
yeah
enti say ye yire ye ho say ye de sika be hyem na wo ye beneficiary na wo so wunya na sabe mpreduasa wo be ma wadwene akwade na wo ye no so na wo nkoye te se de ebinum adwene yam so yama yankoko ame ayen de ayankuri nyina anwe the last time abrante bi amini ni hia won de akwade se onu onya bi o waku de che fridge mo we ne kakrakra Onza wasere na oka me hwe na nimza na mbisa say wonya ahe wose minya 50 na msinti 50 ni nyina nyine ye no wose me hwe me shada koto di freezer ma be ku am na mde agum me we ne kakra
50 no waku 50 ni nyina we
waku ni nyina
nipa boni
ni papa
no mu ye ne da akonto sam frame
oh enti these are some of the challenges eya danya Ghana for ye suban na ekura ye no ye implement policy visa obewu say empanyifo na omudi animu no say omanya a step ahead of us these are some of the challenges I won benya but ultimately say monitoring no e was say ekwa form into district levels no omo ye in charge no e no mbeboa ye na so obi ye beneficiary a wonya enkukọ ni bia ye bekwa monitor no on even if a weekly basis let's see how enkukọ no they are faring omu nyini omu tu Nkosuo ni nyina eka ho bi wahu enti ye betimi monitor nipa na se na be ya onim se ye den every week wo be ba ho a onkoku mfa nche fridge mu so wo kore na so no wa ayi enkokọ no watu ase o wa hye ase no yes one koton kra nkofa bi mehyem wa ku omu awe ya me ne ye mboafo one word the other is a positive sign say yankase ye nya ye de ayepe o na eja yenya yentia yenya yenti obi ani wa sebe opa de fresh a enkanani enhyedanye ho all right say na me di kaka cho no ene issues no ye bari ye ho say ye bedi ni nyina ho nkomo enkakra but Davidson video na you ready pa cho video e ma me Video ya share former Vice President Dr. Obaapa Yaa and the current flag bearer for the new patriotic party on his way to Nsawam. Say okwa chiacha ma
we from Kukrentumi to Accra.
There be Accra, there be a crime.
But say a move be Kukrentumi to Accra.
There be but number 7 visa Dr. Obaapa Yaa said the bus in a way. Ana manka ni ye. Wo say omo ko say ba se tintin we ya. Odi campaign say odi chira Ghana for say oni ye nyina ya one level what na ba simu. Na odi convoy tintin so odi kwa akwa wuntumi. Dan psychologically kura no kwa ha no. Because more kwa no hwe mo so be ka say I was once in this convoy.
Yeah, anti-convoy we nyina ekohwe wuntumi.
Kwa hwe wuntumi once.
Wo mo asamba na omo koka kire wuntumi.
Omo so omo kohwe ni nkran.
Omo kotete ne were. Say ne oye no wa ya de enti on na wa. Omo kobo wuntumi abaso.
Say omo koka cha ne say.
Anti V8 a eto aso be ya ahia.
Opposition V8 mponiye. Opposition V8 no.
Womo kwa
Obaapa Yaa odada
womo kwa kohwe wuntumi. Yeah, listen, let's talk, let's discuss this. Anti wuntumi ayade. Ana mbra ne hu ni se.
Na ne ho akere no.
Ne ho akere ni se se.
Emra akye no nti esisi o wa ho kyerem.
Na nya wuntumi ana wo ti radios ni TV so kasa bobobobobo.
It says by say burger loose wa em.
Anti no nim se na wo ye na ye na se na ye.
Say nti na ni abresha na opese at all cost NPP e win no. Because NPP e win a ne dia ma o ye nyina ba wiye ene nyame adom MPP ya lose na ne niam a o ya ba
nkura ne nkoda
ades na me dia na me pese me interest e wo video we mu ni say Dr. Obaapa Yaa has always for recently no e posi kire ye say aso ne ye level ne ye pe so ahu to okoba bi o de bass na ekọ enti we members of parliament are no mo ka ho national executives are no mo ka ho me ba cho no mo tira bass ni mu a enya yi ana na nsen akoko ho asem ba ye na enya bass no mo de nam
bass na no mo de
enya no don pre na chata bass ya VIP anu mo de nam yi
bass
na enti wo mo kwa no mo fa Bawumia 2024 campaign bass no koya Saka ni abeka say apo say Bawumia onya hypocrite
hwe we ya danko dada de
danko dada de la eya danko dada enti obi anka se bo mo nkwachia no ba me point ne say picture Dr. Obaapa Yaa apenti a kire wo kroma ama na yete say convoy kra no on hyeda mpebiem na den okoba bia na wote bass mu ni ade no eya den na nse wo mu de we anwo kire mbre mu na wuntumi wo na wo de convoy tenten ya so de kwai na hi ana bebwa
sha ba sa kwai say
wo de kwai na hi because owu pe psychologically who ko ha no
because akwai say James 4:2 o kombe don so
unja so because we want to be very convoy yi say ekọ real was ewurade nti say me ka convoy hu biem na mo ko ha no
ya
na mo kwa na mo te bass mu na dia mo nyina bass ba akopẹ e na mo si na mo nante no makwakwere untumi aka asem bia ni o say no kwa akwa cheche ne we Ewa won say ampa say na we convoy real we there
say e basa ono ankasa wuntumi na ankasa de e kan no na bamu kura bebu
na no wo convoy na say na bambebu
e wo prison ho
abeka say na ntimi pa no mabra boy say
ya misre wo de aya unam a wo hwehwea pa enti ba me bisa enti wuntumi wo kodemu keke na
hard labor ka ho
the hard labor ni danche
na the count ni bi usu ho a na fine
120
yeah the count ni bi ho a na ya bonika
me pa che wo enti ne japade ana ewo ho no
that aspect ni de men share dance
enye nduru ho
yeah as a judgment no silent on that part
ya wo me say eno na ma manfo ka kire ye mu bi say ye akwasrampafo ya mbobra no What you say? Na nipa na disebio ensebhunu wedi nkwasiasem na wa mo man na hwere japade bi ye kwa ya sei yensu asei enda ye wo akola ne nsa baako na wo ho nani baako nani sine moma so akola no woni eyi ade friend pancreas kora woni bi akora no bo hu say the spine ni mpamfo mu onko dem keke 20 years no mbra
hard labor
mfa hard labor no no na wa hoden be no wa wo be mu so mo dodo kwan
ne ba mo ya ze ma kwa no so yare ya de ni kokko
ya de ni kokko lebu what I say
diabetes aba
enti na ya ma nipa no ono no apese japade na fa koti kwan bone so pejapade de ja na sefo na che so ono no akoye eyo bu esi akon ono di ni chi ni ti ade achirema what I say na chere se no embra no menye mbra nimni but embra no mo hwehwe mbra nimni
japade part na wo ka no no dey maintain hu nkomo bia because the judgment
was ya no obi how my Ghana na yesi won kodem a ai ti say me fa ni say
kede yen sato na japade
exactly oh zaban ne batunto a unim clinics hospitals enoma ye hia honom sa nipa wama enam ne so mining yes we license we don't have a problem with that but what asase no kwaye ne ade ama galamsey for China for mo ye to galamsey ase kwaye asensu China didn't make
no benefit from it because some of salesman
benefit no benefit say
salesman so one or the other he was involved in galamsey
he was
involved in galamsey well and we see and mama can say we na me waye ni Motie 38.2 for na mo be confused. The lives of Justin Kodua Frempong mo ne Minia Bema Miracle mo ne Kofi Tonto mo ne MPP national executives no mo kasa asem ni we ni bi no. Omo kasa wi amon ka kire mo say adansefo na wontumi ankasa fra wo mo so wo medi adanse e ba no court no oba dia no mo kai. Who said they are silent on that part?
Yes.
Witnesses me manya asem me ne se ka kire de wa me ne ti ada bia ete set so ye pon ye bon kobo yi ka kire betimi adi adanse ama me asan mi ti me ko fra ka kire so me di adanse ama me ka kire so me di adanse na se tia me that is what happened in Wood to me case adansefo no fra wo mo so mo me di adanse ama no court no me sra me pa cho me pese me kire o mo say adansia wo bedi ye nyina one way or the other esan kotia to be na kasa. I think one of the witnesses is the regional minister or so western regional minister and as saying okoya adansia okodi asia bo me nana me dia me on na to me from me catch me say enkrofo me trespassing asase so ti me one with security enti as in charge of resec dia me ya na say me kwama na security oni adanse ntia wudumi wodi atia no akwayo so odi asasi man say onko reclaim yo so onko dua kube woso yi anu ase ebo o fra me say me mbaji asasi na me ntu fo magude me wia no madua kube nti na aja say o say me tu gala ni wie ansa na say kube na wo beka no medua o medua ena ma judge ne ka say da bi sa asam na wontumi kai no eye afterthought okwadwe ehu akire no ka se da bi ma me kwa kan kire judge ne se me ka se won kwadua kube wo so ono mo ba no so wo se me nkwaya mine na me wi amadua kube adanse no woni ntia wontumi enti hwe adanse fu ana wo so mudi adanse ama wontumi na nkasa mpokra de sanity wo court no o ma danse no sa akwa akotia no na me ba se be bisa NPP for say proceedings ni kwaso na omo wahi cross examination say kwaso ne answers na witnesses ne dey ma any answers na wontumi ankasa dey ma no samra no omo wahi they call themselves lawyers where were they Adam mentiase I don't know samra no not just in Kodia Frempong no way of which I know say the oil crobwa inwardly no na obi an person disqualified from national chairmanship race where you ni packet wa na no wutumi kwa kika bi kire ni say wo ye hwan ya obetumi disqualify me na nipa wo bo won tire ni say na ene ye si na ya chi na tuma wani abre na wo na wo ye
mo tutu champagne
ana so Oma Jomani na ya cameras no megina ni mu ano ma hye ya Ghana for ade ba ko ne say MPP 4% obo politicize wuntum yasem ne keke no mama ne yete se eye normal na ye obi na which anti obi na omo boa omo akasa nim se wuntum ya ye bone they know omo akasa nim Aya politics ene no kro mo pese mo be kama Ghana fo ntia enti e kire yen Ghana fo say NPP nya political party a was ye do man show mo nsa o ma sai no because obi a was say wo man say na wo sister na yen jai no wanye ahwe a yen san for man show wo nsa biem na wo boni a be ka che say papa debi me ade ba kwa me de to mitirim no say there is a group of people bi a Oma dwen yo say yo mo eye boni o wo mo ye papa o omo no ye ntache wo mo they see themselves to be unique omo so omo de omo ye nipa che obi omo so omo no ye omo moja na e wo omo no minim so omo de e blue o say ye de yo na ye ya kare ye de red as omo extraordinary blood bi wa e flow from omo ni padua ma e bi mfa ye diem enti chachichi kata ni etimi jeli no because ono no ye jeli na ye kwam pipros anwa ye jeli na ye because ono de o se fatasi ye jeli no
Victor Salome
mo ye jeli omo ko wo prison no omo de omo se fatasi ye jeli wo mo and you see they feel proud they be omo na mo say e yo omo MPP for pe na ye jeli wo mo ne ye jeli NDC for na mrade ye adwuma afede o se ebuo me nana mudi mani enti Ghana for we kire yen say ye do man shan people fon so be no because omo say ade no kro mu hu so omo say no ma me ka be me ncho de bia me kasa asem we kire fatu utim NPP to CCI in opposition do omo ye nyina no enye so omo wo ideas fufuro bi omo de be bo akro no omo to opposition they try their possible best to have a strategy to come and steal so whenever they assume power most strategies no they just implement it omo opposition omo ti me dwen e be execute ne pa enti na mostly omo be di ade bia ye ntro no mudi omo be di ntro sa na consistently no omo di ntro no na ntro no be sound wo ya sum say ye no kore anya hwe kura mpo no anya hwe kura no nyame ame yate ase se ye nkrofukuo bi a se bempedwase ye no muti kroma na ye hwe hu ye wo mo ho because wo mo na be ka kire ye mre bi say President Mahama to dan wo Dubai omo win power ni wie no omo so omo boa President Mahama to dan bia wo Dubai ye ntro no mbedi meboa na omo keka sansem ni nyina omo amekọ omo nim asem me nua be ma hobsi ado ye kwa so kan obi a wa pa che se wo mo ka keke ni akukọ so omo di entro de open crofo omo ti manufacture ntro e ma ne no kora ye pa MPP fo ni binom ni omo nyina binom omo ti me ne e ma entro no omo gina so ma wadwena be ye o se ntro na e no kora one said omo ye wuntumi asem no omo so omo ya ma asem no be looking like as your time be ne de ageli wuntumi meanwhile mo ankasa kura mo party fo nim say wuntumi asai party no one na do aye kwalabo ene kanofori ata ene mo asai party no mo ja no hoko party fo ne bia ni age o because omo hu say afede na wuntumi abaye bosom ketwa wo mo so omo kanenka wuntumi tia no wuntumi na obi ana na do mu a president kurantumi atia no wo ya hwan abatia no
na owure fi nsem a wuntumi keka obesi ne palace na himfia no ebesi no tumfo de
abra wono ono wuti obi asase so owura te ho kasa bum
sabi otafra che yae mitwe mi ya santini wutubi sa na wo so ya santini ofisire ene ebe wo kumase na wo ba be kan ba be kire se na wo ba be si wo palace na wo palace no wo ahimfia wo ba be si me wa wo ya hene what you say eno anamuso ana kageti ama no kageti ama kumase fo mba ebi adwo omo kasa wontumi na de na akwakohyem no eye bebre de no kure ba ko pe
me so omo ana mpe so mbeka no kure omo ana mpe so na sa ade omo ye nyina ye hu de omo ye nyina ye hu Ghana for omo ba meka no kure nkyira mo ne we play fa NPP for na ni age pa wonim de ntia me ko no omo nim say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia edi ehu ade yi wuntumi ba be show mo concern national chairman me na me ka kire wo enti na jubilation a ekoso wo NPP mu nyina na ma kire wase no na eyo mo de because na wontia na wuntumi okoba Bawumia fi Bawumia ka kire no is incoming then Yay, incoming then. Incoming, no shaking, no. 81 or the other, no. Dr. Baumia no support you to me to be the national chairman. That's the party, no. I've read the Ayako. Who to me be national or yeah, regional chairman, cry or yeah, MPP or Ashanti region. No be national chairman. They said, I've read them go be good to talk because when him at them dear, send ye didn't part them. Want to me or ye penny toto. By one who send you say, Otimi dear temono. And I Otimi can't some. And I'm as a Otunanisi President Mahama so and it's in MPP for number so more relating or did President Mahama tell me meanwhile and somewhere they want to me aqua jail it has nothing to do with Mahama. Says I some no keka fa Mahama hono and the bay any bibi and kayen bibi. Mahama this, Jo Mahama that, Jo Mahama you say, and I'm Mahama crowd kumasi I me you be who me untimi makuremu. Just over who me hey. And somebody I may say I told her be a mitimico piano videos in Ibiso. Number be some who say, ah, and you want to be a casa, no, you're okay.
Oh, boy.
No, you're okay. Because of sound mind and cardia walkano.
It is true. It is true.
Bakubia, nano bakubia, Matidao, like Mahuda, like a video that, right? But and run a Manisanko video, the sono. And I may say, ah. Ti papa wa kansem we nyina ena president Mahama ena Ladina so wa kwa abantia ba oba ye no na obutuni house made so hey anu nya de
but when we say sansem
eh ya sam kasia pa o ba okaye every before saw nothing wrong with it mameka then people will know damage our cause party no
what cause damage
people will know the kind of damage our cause party na man so who's a party for ni bia na ani age anya bibia o enkura na ewo mu na enra maame abrewa ba bia watifie dream maame panyin toto yo didi lodina temna o ma chine na and now Adam na I will die for my party like how the big says how the big says no ni mom
yeah
hey
Nkwasi akeka
big says no ni mom. Can you imagine I'll die for my party? Our party now won't no cry no. Wouldn't what they stand for?
Why quite him no party nim?
Do you know what the NPP even stand for? So I will die for my party. That's a party now would drum no cry no. Wouldn't what they stand for? Wouldn't you remember introduce us? I am a who know where our MPP move. NPP in Tissa. NPP in Tissa. I am another friend who was so about Sian Crawford and am I jeans a move. NPP was a party that was assumed to be full of intellectuals. We named the Nesra. Now want to be born Kasama NPP. So it drew baby a party in Billiton and one go to the lower standard. They say I've heard they want to be by a regional chairman and they say Bibia Abronya Munina by a regional chairman. Now no be sure my men no send you a Sitiana. God is my or God is the bro for Kranka. Oh, Tebrofo to send me. Obeka Kasa, what's in Wako baby no. Oko Cambrofo, and I will die for my party like the Big Six. Big Six wouldn't more. You don't know anything about the Big Six. Oka Krano, I know also. One you do. Now, Big Six no Krano, Abrabo, Binubo, when we cry, pay you over free Big Six in him. So, another, and I say him say Binumu from one more cry and do consuch you about him. I know weighing that say independence in Kwamo for my and I'm a boy. I can consult for him. I can consult for Big Sis and I will cry when you bring out will come as a Namukra. Yeah, pass, I keep Binuma free Big Sis in him. Now, what did some phone question say? I may just say, hey, I will die for my party like the Big Sis. That you watch today. Now, what party no wine a catcher was says I should buy no K wom. When I go party in any mass, no. Oh, be a bit me criticize you, be. Sha. Catch it, I met me criticize no. Catch a bit me criticize and say, hey, Yadia, why you're the way, Bassa with the Mkoye. But for say, verbal insults. Mamma, video no. Me also obia share video na. Maybe some who questions me no person ni pano na dwene ye adwuma na. Maame ne nsam no ka fa lodina ho no. Wo yo ba na wutimi share sa video na. Not just said there's something wrong with your head. will share our TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, all the social media platforms. What me share my many video no and some more kafala first lady Lordina Hua. Ha mama not to no on some more be criticizing no. But some funa mama ne keka no in cross some more keka the first lady no. So we your banner will share that video now. It's just all crowd doing your no one can cast some when you know go. Namini abama miracle about catch there and say insult is not a crime. Obianka say insult is a crime by your morals and values in a way. One will say a cabbage that Dr. Bawumia, nay yamoya. Memetier, there's no way I met me at the attempt direct. Some me did Bawumia to Adamajubo. Majulia Juma. But some me catch Dr. Bawumia so you're incompetent. Me catch Dr. Bawumia say Juma the man who went to me and yet to Wabonwa. Meaning at a mo. I don't never catch and so you're economist. I've heard no idea economy not to what you the guitar. That's why you're incompetent. I've found $1 from 4 cities. You never house $1 and I'm 17. And to why you're incompetent. You cannot tell me that this is an insult. Well, you might a man went to me and yet. Maybe I never be said about me, I said about me. Who catch that Ghana for say, who quack see ultra modern bathhouse, ever bubushi. Who be anwas to toilets at the account because catch on so much or jom and every mede or megari. Ultra modern bathhouse and the toilets in a way. Why yet? Medinatem. These are some of the things we are saying. Say, let's talk about. But won't go being funny, Messi. Now, one dinner them from head to toe. Now, I can't tell me say insult is not a crime. We should encourage it. May I sure says so be do what you attempts are when in ye. Why when you Pedriana would digit on so be do what attempts are when in ye. So obi criticizer or no different from so be did what them. There clear difference but you see NP before make it sound or say oh criticize the cry who did attempt it's the best response will make media ba and it's on verbal insults and sad ye way you know what parts in him you know what parts in him and na obia dwen say me for President Mahama for First Lady Lordina Mahama and now me for Vice President Mami Jena no Pokwajimai say me did you my term director and never manya attention what NPP mu and Dr. Bawumia you started it when I was starting Sadia no time as ankra no kwadi di atem ekeka niam yakwachi wo mo no wona woje wo mo awa tu bomb abati we na asama mo sika kan ho what are you encouraging enti dia kom den no so ti baabi na dwen nche so obi kodi di President Mahama atem Bawumia afra na bonaba so obi kodi di Lordina Mahama atem o hawa kumsi afra na bonaba so what do I do mama so bi koya bi one say no mama ne nam court dan na ho na me I will die for my party I will die for my ahwe de ochre na wonti who die for NPP and for so be mpa ne be MPP fo benya wo so wo sa wo me MPP a impact be mpa na de be MPP you are rather destroying the party who good party na ni say now we have a say I will die for my party go and die your own die don't come and die for the MPP you are destroying it who say party ni good party na ni say na san panyufo ni mo betia munti e na monya ho na mudi edi nsebunu ko na no wo hwa ba mi pa ba filter e boa yen oh yeah filter boa yen say your TV no so ne yentimi use filter eti TV no so de obehu ne say yanim a yede tie saa ne yanim tie makeup kakra ne yaye but sa TikTok ne de filters na wo so no me kwa me hwe ma me video no aye filter no de tu nanim na me hwe nra pa ba bi said your nam court na me say filter pa wo ya de boni o
real face
oh yeah real face the real face versus the filter face now hwe and someone or kafa First Lady ho a I don't know if somebody have got the opportunity to get close to the woman catch me first encounter me ne ma me ni nyae no I was shocked. Hey! And I'm saying, Nyamia shira nipa biya to this point. oda so ye humble ana ye antim ma ye hu de ye hu ye hiafo mai ye hu de ye hu nyame ahyira lodi na mahaba to the point to say ni nhira ni mu nyina achi maame da so ye humble ka kire me first encounter me ni maame ni nyaaye me yesa me kutumpo na machian o si dabi ya sorry nyame pene yakoto no yankutu nipa that is the statement lodi na mahama o make it kire
yeah
o si ya sorry yankutu nipa nyame pene yakoto no sorry gina ne yankasa hey first lady of the Republic of Ghana na me papa hwe akwa ate say me manya opportunity say mitima ya me de say ma first lady kwatia no me di obuo to so say ja me kwase sorry na yankoto nipa hi this is the woman ayeka ne ho asem obatanya opposition po no obuabua sika no de kwase hospitals obuabua sika no de kwase maternity blocks ema ma penfo kwawo wo braba no wa ma MPP wo so wo be die for MPP no wo ade papa ban pa na wo fie kura wo manya free wo so a wo be ye biama NPP as a political party. No, some of the things that is happening, we need to sanitize the system. Lordina Mahama na wakika dia wo pesa wo kadi na nima ya form edidi na tem wo pesa o kira wa adwen se bia ne niam bi nya wo fa obi anse wo kwan o aya politics da ye ekoso wo Ghana na mebwa ye nyina sa politics de ni de akire e bia Lordina Mahama ya de bi wani nya wo ne nya adwen. You have every right to criticize, but to go to that extent. Now we have a culture say you are doing that to die for your party. Then you don't even know the party you belong to. Because enye sana NPP tie. Eye nipa binum na aba frem eno mo gu party na ni mase. Ena ya me yasa Dr. Baumia onye leader nti ontimi ntia saafo no. Dr. Baumia is not a leader. He's very good at anything, ne profession, ne other aspect of life. He's super, fantastic. But Dr. Baumia is not a leader. Sanko ye leader. Me assure san kadiama air cost we nyinanko issue statement to condemn at sian and crown se munya de moya no. Sanya beya NDC ni bisu this ansem hunu na ye betia no wo ya NDC ni na akofa NPP ni se wudidi na taba wadwen ya adwuma wudi na tam so ayo den wudi na tam waya wo den wudi na tam se den wayo. So you see politics na ye se ye beye wo man ni mu no, we need to have a decent environment. Ye nyina ye de be ye politics no ba ye kase ye ko ni say ya say sa introduction bi na ye de be rap politics mu say wo pesa wo ye popular wo de fa panyin bi si wani so na didi natem ye monko didi natem what you say didi nipa natem me say panyin bi o Ghana ha bia amro criticism so betimi a criticize Dr. Baumia, a criticize Nanado. Ya criticize de bia verbal assault. Ye nye bida. Dan obi entina dan me ka say obi catch na me say ya o ka say Dr. Baumia bonwa e ya na say anu ode nti de ya ka incompetent. Na me say mate me ka incompetent. Ba na me nim say wa bon any incompetent no the same thing. Say me catch and incompetent no ya brofo. Ti say brofo no incompetent no na mo pa ye be use. Ye jawa bon no criticisms economy na ye din ma Dr. Baumia no wenti mi anye eje no kre wenti mi anye hweba bia inflation kwaduru ye hweba bia dollar rate kwaduru ye hweba bia fuwa kwaduru ye ni nyina keka bom a na fa me economy no. And you see Dr. Baumia me hu say wa fairly because or start say or twene ho afri na na do mesa e course no wa from be say no say no mama me chance. Meanwhile Dr. Baumia was the head of the economic management team. So be we are head of economic management team na na po abeka kire Ghana fo nyina say even cabinet ministers ne the president ya na omko cabinet no nyina no nyansani ba ko na onim wo eye wo Dr. Bawumia enti ye den na fe dia wo sa beka kire Ghana fo say ni ye ma wo kwan ma wo nya adwuma me ka wo ya ma di Dr. Bawumia mini natamo tabe menfa ni tindi natam menfa ni nine natam it doesn't make sense nyansa bi anim wo yesa e kira se ne yetete wo yantete wo ye na mom adwuma na yede ma wo na yede taxpayers money tua wo ka ne de me meti ai me da ba pe rose ana no abai ntua me ka o alaji se do gongo de tua me ka enti me wuti me kofa abanya de bia so amba bata me ho se na ya ba abanya adwuma no watimi anye enti na meti amesi me koya abanya adwuma me kwa me kwaso abanya adwuma mu a me ya accountable to Ghana for. Yes, the moment I will accept to say who je public office adwuma no I was so would two with him say you are accountable to Ghanaians near the taxpayers money the betua waka to me metia no me tax ye de tua ba umiaka ye mfa ba umia tax in tua me meka metie ye de me tax etua na adoka na ado tax no tua no ye mfa be ntua meka so one or the other na me hwe na ado one or the other me hwe ba umia ento ka kire me say me na me tua tax na ye de me tax ni bi hwe Dr. Bawumia ne na ado no ye ntimi criticize o mti ngia ya dan ye de o ma adwuma ma o no nti ye mi ya no na de o ma ye bia akonko da bia no anya adwuma ti ye be criticize ba wudi nyansa beto ho obi di nsem hu na no amana ate asese message na wudi nsem hu no eno me re ho mama me na me se hey ti we wa wo owo ma ye so wo ma 4 training ban no de man kwala no because wo bad time no mom create me the phone e bie camera si wanim e fa wo first lady wo president yere e di na tem asama oyonko ba ntimi nka nkyira na yonko ba na wudi gina internet so na wo ka na wanya party panyin to say miracle abwaje no waka cho say insult is not a crime. But we forget about our moral values. So you see, and now Dr. Bawumia say we issue a statement to say, is it a Agona West or say why you and this organizer no match no say we did Dr. Bawumia tem no. Bawumia issue a statement to say or Attorney General enjoy asem na chidie. Dr. Bawumia, we are not doing it for you. We beg you. The Ghana Police Service and the can say Attorney General ne court so that adwuma no mo ye no Dr. Bawumia enye wo personal interest in near you. We need to sanitize the system. So you want to tell Ghana for say they are tolerant obi adi watama happy Bawumia enya de pa ya so obi medi di watam all in the name of politics. Adwuma na wo ya na wontimi nya ne yie no eno ya wo kwase ya ka cho say Dr. Bawumia ya de Ghana so wo say wontimi hwe so because ya ma wa be de kire 8 years wontimi anhwe so ti ya ma wo kwan eno no de ya wo kwan se ya ka kire wo ba ya ne ho kwan se ya didi watam enti mesra sa statement na wa tworo na asa wo pesa wo ma Ghana for enwu sa asa wo de ya tolerant wo gi bibia tum wonya tolerance in chair President Mahama one yet tolerance and President Mahama da Dr. Bawumia na me ka kire wo ye pobi o tolerance wo krom ha President Mahama me kwa mo party ni mu no enkure di Mahama atem adantamufu di natem empanyifo toto a sebe mu tiri ho afu dwene omu nyina di Mahama atem omu nyina atwa ntroto no so asema omu huye metia me ntwa ntroto Bawumia so da obi nka sama maka to Bawumia so anya nokore economy no otimi ya na se wanye dollar no fa free hin okwa na wo hin mi ni ntro anya onu na kwaji agwagura ti se obesi adware ati toilet o si ye me twa ntro anya onu na kwatira radio so se o wudi e levy ba e kira se wututu grofo botom alaka che wuwe emo akaseti ya e levy Say mobile money wallet dia o kwa taxi sasen. Ewi a kire ya fa yi levi amase antua. In fact, e kwa wi a chenya Dr. Baumia na mu na be kire mu. Emma ye the reason why currently I was say yi levi etua. Yay. Me twan trato ne so. Me twan trato ne so. Onwa na be ka che say project kese pa NPP aban ba ya wo ma ya wo northern region. Eye Palugu dam. Omo de $12 million and a year dam no. Ye kwa Palugu no na ye wura. Peka se kwa ya mfa bi mo ho. Ana maba na mbesa ba Dr. Baumia say, "Hey, wo na ba ka che se Palugu dam mo de $12 million na esie. Dam ne wo he. Dam ne ni ho. Anyone dia ani ayi papa yi. Ye sika wo he. Matwantro. Minchantro. PDS scandal aya na meka wasem se Baumia wonim hu bi. Me pacho hwana no odi ade nanim nyona no odi anim ono na kwa change a bank guarantee ade kwa insurance guarantee e ma nkrofo de betwi ye di ye Dr. Baumia o yase mo nkofa bank guarantee bram ne hu some account ye da hoi sika se na term Dr. Baumia se da bi mo nye no free ho na mo nkofa insurance guarantee mra e na PDS fo de be ye wagadre no mo gi ye sika gege ye bills e wo kroma be si ne but can't trust Baumia so. In can't on so. And I mean for Dr. Baumia private life. And metina TV so say meka me more them. The private life your own life. The Yabeka wants no a public office na occupy no. And also the Yabeka da. Baumia's fees. Now I mean who fly about Baumia's fees. Now me so beka economy assemble because say na a media budget review. Tina me say ja oba beka budget ho asem. Ave dey we free digital no one nam law. Baumia ja digital asem say we ja ka. Because no anka say nim say digital no ko show mu no kra no. President Mahama na start ye. Fiber optics na ye lay cables ni ade one initiative. One project. President Mahama etu onu akwoso digital ni mu no hu se da bi digital no so kra no John Mahama project na me de mensa akokeka enu waje se wanam law ya na msa je de ne koma makola ana obekọ himpo se makola no wa bekọ makola se waje economy na se watia simire law mu no waka trabu na ho asem na ni bere abre President Mahama don ascend to the tribunal nanti na mo nim say yetimi appeal to president say manye bibi say mane ye Ghana fo kam ilevi muntwamo ilevi mamufamo obi kura hu Ghana fo mobokosi ye namu di asem no court asem no wa court o ilevi asem no bill no na wasem da court e kwadru Jubilee House ananado si ahwede mo kina mi pesika akoya ma de amose dien wo bu court na nimtia e asenti to ilevi e ma me no mienu ye tua ya akosi say President Mahama be yi free ho Namom yade LGBTQ+ de kwa court de o se asam wo court enti ma mamma bu so kran fa bill no kran en crosso parliament won fa ba Jubilee mamma ni duru ha me pese mehu ye me say ye nyina ye betimi aye constructive criticisms position officer nipa no occupy no criticizing nipa no sa obi private life aya ne private life ade ekoso e wo obi fie aya ne fie asem mene ka kire kura de te ha na minim se ka kire ye bibi wo ne fie a se minim nyansa me mfa metena TV so nka me nkwatena internet social media so na me mfa nka asem ndidi na pem a kire se ya ntetew enti na da bia meka se wo no obi fa adamfo empo na mistakenly uhu nipa no ni bibia woni nipa no kura nya asam a unim nyansa yenka asam no wa abonten emma nipa hu se oh nipa sumasi na woni ne nam enti wonim no kura che wono ankasa ne ho it doesn't make sense if you are sensible enough you will never do that ti se ya na me hu nkrofo a omo shada edit ai me no nam no wa anya sei me no nam no wa anka sei e kire se sebi mpreduasa wagini nyansa bia nim onya matured Woni nipa na fa adamfo na emuate, let it end there. Whatever you discuss, whatever you people did together, so can be one simple, let it be the positive ones. Oh, many customers in Nancy, you know, impact is same put na minya wa mabrabum, a positive, oh, cardia share or being crying. But obi pese oka negativity. Bonia e bia kwaso, enkomo bia oni nipa ni di ya na dwenchira ne say, mekwaka ebegu nipa nani mase. Ama we say minim no pa, enti mekwaka. Bunim nyansa. Dr. Baumia ti ni fie de ekoso woni fie ni ye ni fie asem. Obaapa nte no Obaapa occupy office one na office na ya public. Ye nyina we are entitled to criticize it. So we nyansafo a ye mfa obi private life entina internet so emfa nka asem. Ena mama wo mu nyina kura di matam a omo nwene ho. Emma so e wo mu di mama tam a omo nwene ho. Futufra. Okwa kan ya sie wo so sadia wo ye dia meneka kire ye wo he mu dia hin na ya atamdie. Ya ka cho so obi ti so. Ya na ya ka cho obi so obi afu so. Yeti ye ya ka cho obi se ya nwini ni tiri ho. A nwini ni tiri ho. Samson so so nwini ni tiri. Samson kafrat. Samson ni utiri ho.
O pese wonya kaseti o. Se wa hwe mi die no wa be hwe udie.
Wo de nde kakra na Samson de nde kakra.
Ana wo de ka.
Ne de kwa mmanim.
Samson nyame ne ye bo.
Oh, menkai.
Nyame ne ye bo afo.
So aho. Samson de camera yi ye adwuma. Mewe na camera no enwa asem na mepesa meka na adwuma ni nkoyie. Ana ekoyi. Eno na me wa right se meka. Enwie ni tiri ho de me de ye dai. You see, I'm just bringing in this funny aspect of so that you get to know, say, send your obitie, ne nyama oye, ne private idea oye, let it end there. Let it end there. Obi kuna for the chair wasem. There be wasem. E dey aduane si table so. Obi yira say e wasem. E dey aduane si table so. Obi wa efi eya wasem nesi apro eya wasem aha eden pa na be ya ma ho. And you see obi so ho no ma opaso akeka sansam ne keke na eya obi ya oh ati say the tissue na fuso ati say nesi apro enso be kom na nipa ne sifita ba onim se do na ye insult ya didi atama oka kire obi e be ye ne yanti ma me nka keke ubekom no nipa no kra odi obi atem saa no ukotwam wone ho kra mpa na ayasem wo hwe maami se ne osi di first lady atem na no a wo hwe se ne ofa ne ho ba court wa me pese manya ne kasete because we panyin but ya na asem bi ya wonti wan hye ho so obeka de ni kwan se wo ka wo hwe maami na fa de ode ba court na wo hwe ni video no ensem o kafa first lady ho na ara se no no a wo se wo pia bonti mponi o sa court no aba na ebedwam enti wa fa ne ho no na wo siesie a wo de ba court no ensem no enho nte enya sa na gibi before ya tete yen nya sa na ete enti Dr. Baumia, allow the system to work. And you share any mula tena what the abano. Let the system work. And this in didi watam no mamrani nini. We are not doing it for you. We are doing it to sanitize the system. Ya ewasi ya magana nkra emrantia de mabawa ye nyina ye sua de say ye politics a enye say I was say you did and what them because many catch the nyadwen. Catch the when DC me when PP. Catch the ye abia CPP ni me ye PNC nintino ye ya townful. Wouldn't the number of NPP for me met me afa phones is here from one befa. But grassroots in not social media so no. Or did it matter because I channel some criticizing Dr. Baumia. Forget and said the panel on Dr. Baumia Kraton said didi etina se kura bon komo no me friend is see obefa.
Yeah.
wo sa nipa no fra no mfa ba wa dwencho so ye MPP ni mebwa wa dwencho so ye MPP ni maami ya wani abre na I will die for my party who party no wan animo party no one pan animo one animo a o kwa die for party eno metie maami ne kasa na mehwe ne bobro de bae na mesi Awurade Nyankopon politics asa kuro yo politics asa kuro no. And you see, Nina started with tribalism.
Yeah. Yeah, that is the cause. That is the root cause of it.
Root cause of politics. Aye, wa Ghana have problem. Aye, nina. Aye, tribalism. And the kofabae. Where is Slemni? Where you Fantini? Where you Santini? Where you Bununi? Where you Weni? Where you Weni? And none of the do baby a dream. And see, Sabe, Obia Kanina wodi Obia or free a Silamatama. Sabi on fadwen to ho nti wo bedi ni panatam sai biabi obi ya ngunani obi ya nkrani odi ni yonko atama na dwen kire ne say we ye tribalism enti eno na transit ya ba be wura politics ni mu no ti ene politics no kra ye tribal politics anu arehusem bia me hu so obi atworo ai o se den ayigbe judge sentence Asante NPP want to meet to prison. Just wa finding ways and means to be the tribal a yababe rasamunimu forgetting the law. Baby I dream. Ghana baby I dream. Tribalism ya problem. Tribalism kumyen prayen ya hwe baby adakro ya be sorry a tribalism di ye bedru no. And shall we can't contain it. Yes, sir, na nanu mahemfa ye ne mote say. Mon kasa nkyere yen why? Mon tu yen fo. Ni yen sesa yesuban. Because kanetete no, wo ya de ne ya kasa nke fra wa hemfie pa nka ya asem wo tia na wo yem du brim. Nso ene ahemfo na mu kura ko. Ahemfo na mu omunim no kura wo. Akonwa to. Mene ka kyere ti hai. Akonwa yes ye minim se ka kyere akonwa pa ba me se mempre. Minimo between me ka kire ye mienu pe no ye nim no kro no pass akonwa ye si we ye ka kire dia akonwa ye si we ye ya titi dia but still na ye mienu no ye si ye mpene nti ye ko enti me wa chitafo ka kire wa chitafo ane ya ka so ane ye ko da bia me se asem bia be si bia no the people involved they know the truth.
Yeah.
They know the truth. No kure eye baako pe. Entro gontompo en the doorso. Entro el doorso. No kure ekome. Baako pe. Ti yakwa ye ba nyina. Asem bi ebesi bia ye nyina ye ni mu no kure. Nanso arrogance, greed, pesami nkuminya ene masoche. I don't know how to group it, but adwene na abeto ye ntirimu sesei no enya civilized. Adwene na abeto ye ntirimu no adwene enya civilized. Yen hyehyɛ ye niema yie, ye niema ni nyina hwe agu. Yen hyehyɛ ye niema yie. So yesterday when I saw Dr. Baumia's statement, I was so disappointed. Dr. Baumia, let's sanitize the system. We can do normal politics. We can do criticisms. Yebetimi aka bibia what politics mo aka say we wanya de we want me anye we want me anye we want me anye we de what try and throw we de what try and throw we de ye nokre yebetimi aka saa niema no na ye nchai sene say yama internet no so are full of insults. And now me say TikTok ready akra de ameboa yen TikTok no say crowd here say TikTok na say introduce bibi say TikTok meets you say dey ade na wo be kono na obi so won na ye host na enipa bebre guso ensema nkrofo ka
enyo ya enyo
asem na ye ka no eni enya yo na me de ye mese ye ma no yes say nkwala no ena ya so na ne de nkura atwa contents na ahwe asem ebe pie firi akwala no nanum aba all in the name of content creation sa akwada we e de ne ye kire no asem akwada ne beka no okato wo wi abeka se panyin na 10 years ne kan
yeah
akwara ne ka asem no na eda ho na ehome a obesa abere wa na akokora bia wadi 90 years na aka asem na to wa ehome tre obekọ na akora 5 years obekọ na akora 10 years no aka asem na to ho yes ye twa content ehame o ehame because yeah, some of the parents atoto mobile phones ama wo mma and they are exposed to some of these things.
Yeah, are you serious?
Your man are being exposed to Sanyama way.
Are you serious?
Very, very serious. Akoda keto akoso phone. Yo hu ya ne se ma me panyimu a wako 50 years yi or the first lady e de camera si nanim na wadi first lady na tam ma me ne nya ne hwe ma me ne nka no ommo chesa ma me ne kura anim no wotene ba bia odwe ne ho o ose NDC ni bia kwa comment wo ni poster se hey entina ka ba bia ka kire nyini aduri me ma kwa ka kire ka chese ya titi wa ba be ka me ene awo maami som na de be wo na wagya me wo ho wa fa me maami asi ho no wadidi me maami atem from head to toe me maami wa ye ne den in this case kurampo no NDC ni na okodidi okọ comment won post ase a o se wadidi na tem no onim lodi na we onim first lady wo ba bia ba wo ye NDC ni dia ene maami kodidi first lady atem e fantika. I mean, are we okay? Is everything okay? Obisu ye NDC ni so your organizer. Akofa ba umi asi ho. Aka dia o chese. Asem o aka kwati so oni facts. A wo dey back but wo ka. Edidi na tem. Obisa na oya politics o. We nya politics. We enya politics e yentete bone. Eni ya junior ewuo. And ama ye develop sa ne yema no nti krompanyimfo ye ne yema ye bre ye titi ya ye nyina ye be come together to match aban no to do what is needful to do what is right for us no wo de ye ankase ye ho ye pay attention to tribalism na ye pay attention to content that ye create to internet so Niye pay attention to your so camera si ya nimu a where sa ye be use Dr. Baumia enye nna na meja na some criticizing no I'll criticize him today tomorrow in fact tomorrow next in fact every day me criticize no edo obeye de ye papa no me ka kire no edo obeye de enye no me ka kire no hwe wonim se ade ba akubia Dr. Baumia ye me kan the last na me ka say eno ya papa na me ka fa Dr. Baumia ho no won say obia post video no but ya me kan sa wo de $12 million akwa palugu dam sika ne yewu o me kire ye no ye se wa ye no si se sa de me so me ba ye wo ya me se Dr. Baumia onye leader only leadership traits only leadership qualities because obi o leader bia no nkra ya do obeti omo so da bi waka say Dr. Baumia onye serious on timi nye president etini ne ebe wo ye bedidi watem wantimi ama ma kire me say Dr. Baumia ti say owo we o capabilities we owo A owo B even to convince me you see where parallel lines neba instead the sanka ne ekoso nyina Dr. Baumia na mo se wontimi nye adwuma no obeye because you see Dr. Baumia Dika said the economic aspect of the profession within 8 years. It is a you have to rebrand him. Rebranding is very expensive. It's very, very expensive. Catch there's a we are PR. There's a course I obey. Branding a woman as a course. I did it. Rebranding and easy, sir. Said ya ka chire tie me pese me ma ka chire Yes, I as a different person. It's not a small job.
It is not.
Because I need to work on your conscience. Or some I need to work on your mind. Na me dane wa dwen every send na wo ka kire dada no. Na me wiama be painting new picture bi amaw. Na ma new look of kire.
Yeah.
Until I do that, there's no way I can convince you say kire asesa. No. I was saying my sister narrative. No, in fact, I was saying my sister the image. And yes, when you do my sister no, but we imagine I need to work on it.
Yeah.
Now my sister image, in the face of people. Now my mom a new image. No more buy into some new image, Now me we am be working on what dream mu. Ama one who say, catch na we nim ne dada no. And you're on Tisabium, say what to say, rebranding. It's not an easy job. What MPP need now is rebranding. Not to change the name of the party, but to change the face of the leadership. Ne papa moi, all the executive no more in a clan them. Give the party a new face. Give the party a new face. Let them come forward. Oko universities now, test company way for na manyo you get quality communicators. Mon clear communicators, what system no more. Omo kasa boom, 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 boom. This same party, get new communicators. Sabe, there are so many intelligent people. How many more testcom? Train them. Let them change the narrative. Let them check the face of the party. Let them give Ghanaians a new look of the new patriotic party. Some of the old executives never. But your old picture na mo de kire yen. Nothing convincing. Tina make sure say to rebrand somebody is not an easy job. So NPP as a political party and their leaders have a whole job to rebrand Dr. Bawumia. Because some of the economists never emfa me cannot crash them plane. Nye plane fa. Mo the economists never be a the amount started 2008, more the back 2028 emfa. So get something unique. Dr. Bawumia when me sure so more no. More you smart enough. You identify a new thing Dr. Bawumia can do and do it well. You capitalize on it. Mon clear economist image na e wo Ghana for adwin mu no entonche because they say no ewu enya adwuma biem. Na mon starting painting picture foforo bi nche Ghana for say enya economy asem ne ye ka we one or the other it will correspond to the economy, but you are giving him a new look, you are giving him a new image. More be Ghana for adwene afri niema no ye no from 2017 ebesi 2024 ni nyina eno anya one day adwuma o enya 2 years adwuma enya 3 years adwuma na enya 4 years adwuma. It will take time to convince Ghana for me kano kra bi a kire wo ne se nanado eye na adwuma yie ene Dr. Bawumia ye na adwuma yie a me sure say ka President Mahama ko ma biem.
Yeah,
do you know that?
Yeah,
come biem. But 2017 ebesi 2020 eniema nanado ne Bawumia be ye no and the man this for adwin ba so say ya rebranded John Mahama and no rebranded no. They gave John Mahama a new image. They made Ghana for had a trust in John Mahama. Say, hey, Mahama kwanya way. Mahama kwanya way. Omo ma ya be ye convince me catch you. It take 8 years for Ghanaians to be convinced. Into Dr. Bawumia adwuma na da honom no. Enya radio so ko. And enya TikTok video ne content ye. You people, you don't know. You don't know. I'm even selling my knowledge for you people for free.
Consultant.
Oh yeah, I'm giving it for you for free. But you have a whole lot to do. Dr. Bawumia, You yourself, you have a lot to do. Work on yourself. Work on yourself. Pretense be wakwemu kakra. Ifrim. What is the American say? As a pretense kakra. Ewo ho. Inti yifri ho. Na ya real. Let's see the Baumia that you are. Give us a new side of you. It's a yame that one kasakra all shifted from the economy. Wow. Get a new space. Get a new space. Now you can even learn on it. When you can learn. Because economy na you professional kasa na wo boom doctor de there. I told you. So far you learn on it. Who knows? Some years to come to me convince Ghanaians. Bagana for yen yina yen to yen hofo. My yen kaso biti baby di atemti ya normal yen yina ye baby baby. And yet why? And yet oka come si na Kevin Taylor ti abrochire di atem. When was oba Ghana ha wedi atem? Once abetena Ghana had the camera sin enim edi atem da. Moreover so yen MPP ni. Enti MPP for ada na muntimenti ano. Onya modia, oya modehye, munti ano. When in Kevin Taylor cry ye Baumia responsibility. Say Dr. Baumia Susu said the oya nya, oya ni responsibility because the party ba. Also a friend no catch on said down for Jadia Woyen. So your leader. Kevin Taylor any responsibility. Oh, correct. And if you claim that you are yet. Namu preach dia. He's your party member. Correct him. And I'm a boy. Yeah. Yambia for license.
All right. Ofra now I snappy why and brief amame kakra na ye call ye nim Uguso share Ghana's #1 television CTV Oman Ghana and Nkosuo any 0302 771 593 0302 771 593 na wafre na ye call ye nim ofra ye nteti mpa amame wadaoma why in a briefly na ye call ye nim. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Ketri Apomoko there.
Nyame adom ye ho je ma je oboko there.
O manje oboko pa, o manje potia mo pa.
Ya je o mo so pa.
Me mame ya mi frewa vaku asam no me refi vaku asam no because ye wa hanu ye prepare ye pejuma ye. Nti e honu boho ajama e pa ne nya juma ye wo vaku ho. Ene pa lugu damu no so mi se abala ya pere no mi se damu na yama. Until I pay no or to me a far or me a court. Until a year, one day no Musa Yi Damunu, Fambra TV so, no, be as I say, $12 billion no, I run one or horrible. I don't think any penny for now, or be afraid of me or court. I didn't know why I said 24 years. A best friend will be over the camera to do so many different table. Yes, you tell you next time no abuse will be just had I did it before you know, almost a press conference. No matter say, okay, no for that, Bragana, we are party in Maze, Rabea Cat in Magana for a Ghana for a Huntoy, Honorable Akotiago, Gano, NC, Yamisha.
All right. Nyamishra so ye da se foforo betimi so abaso on 0302 771 593 0302. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, no.
At to say
Me patrol.
da Christo say udini bia free.
Me fasi Koforidia.
Koforidia. He fan fe mo Koforidia.
Me patrol. Hello.
He fan fe mo Koforidia.
Bacho mi kaseti hali.
My entio.
Me patrol me so imagine try ka fa ni se mi woni fe ade bia as a politicians ni every trend because ocha as obia ye chiwe ube ho na ade ase na o mama ya sa chiwe na we so aye ni achiwe as ade bia omo ya as ade trend ni ntimi hu se omo ye se ebia yen ka se o we president ba ye no te chin for do se no se omo new way on person mo dey Emma like party no who send this for I for bonnie and they mean but Miss Anna Muno because I see a two be crying a bonnet next time will be too science in any say I did be on master that I hear more person can do social media.
Okay, Miss Someda was it. Binuma Shedai and says, okay, we just want to trend on social media and Yankoye Bibi. Na Yenchi and say, yeah, anyways. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Ketri.
Pomboko, dear.
Obaapa Ketri, and I was way.
Onyanko Pomatum, with whom I'm about me here.
You, Alhassan Kaswani.
Alasna Matonka.
You, Mumujumapa, when it mean about yet.
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, me for the time for so ample. And a message, me charming Steve for the other charming papa.
Okay.
And a Dr. Pafo, our urban national vice charming. It will be a channel and a play. In the country, so Uto phone, smartphone, Nasa, Nkosuo, our den, not would the atom. Upaso will be a wonder one ya. One of Winnie Martin, the dear. Nasa was soon crossing a bit as Sudan.
So
Was soon crossing a bit as Sudan. You say a politics, and can say at the Share, Yami Aya DAB. Who take politics and then I'm small, but who can't throw him, and now who do control, and now you will want at the mood of the Buska. And this is something who are Jim, who are Nansa, said and Kupa boss said, Mr. Swap, no one costume, what could put smartphone at one, no, who did you penat a more. Sabi was Sabi. Then check on for Swasino. I mean, I do have anything of that. Yes, I don't call. I don't know about me. I get it. And that is right. One person, I know, will be able to say, when you follow up, David, almost no moving go to me.
Alasa, yes, that was set. On a parents over free on 0302 771 Now, or the Wajin Tre Abani Opus Kanawaka. Good morning.
Good morning.
Let's say,
Yo, bruh.
the Christos who didn't be out free.
I'm a La Paz. Or can't go enough.
Okay.
The person that comes to buy, I say, on your battery. No more in a year.
Okay.
On your battery. What will you be among to be found? I am more but the Mukuyan on what they are.
Okay.
Yama, a barrier, what kind of answer now? I won't come and go for who. So won't come up a binary yet, won't come a Jamahama yet, Yamoli yet.
Okay. Mate, Medase. Okay, yo.
That's it.
All right. Bye bye.
Yo,
that's it. Froso Embraso Epi Nayankoye nim 0302 771 593 0302 771 593. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, oh.
What you say?
I share you, and I want someone to the name.
Christa Domuye. A cousin for him.
Pacha, my first cousin, I'm going to swedro.
Yo, swedro bokode.
Pacha, who you, papa?
And say, one chance, and I was this man or the Aquana, and I yabi man and so down there.
Pacha, more what you say.
Oh, what you say?
Pacha, you.
Hey! Yo, how much? My too.
Yo. And Pacha, yes, and that's more like a MPP home for Baumia. To me, I say, well, to MPP, no, me on the day. And yeah, more like an uncle. Now, mom, I did what there was near Paya, brother.
Okay.
Because you were there last about 2 moon. You probably, I didn't bring us to 12 against 1 year, Sabi a hand time. Baby, one before, send an way, was the arrogant, 1 year maybe home. And the bank of maybe waiting us for 2 weeks until there was near was a son. Fisana man was near a hobrasi, but one part of the moon. No second is almost near. When we use discrimination from one boom.
Okay.
Because may I santi there, Santa Biblia, higher. Woman Philippines, one person about the Sour and what's a penny home with you. Not a man, when you feel one in never born. That's it.
Yo, yeah, so that's it. Ethiopia.
Jamba catching one.
Yo, bye bye. All right. 0302 771 That's what him says. So draw the medium. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Me pacho what you say?
Me pacho, me kata free tema me share camp.
Oh, okay. A hobo call there.
Me pacho nyame adumpa.
God.
Me pacho nana ekan no kre sisi a me nyini dia de na so no me hwa TikTok na eba no. Obi owa ben no hu ne da unnimu no unya ne hwe na watimi abie na no na oye pani mami me ka de bia politics no abesai enipa obi a unnim ne hwe wutimi hu no na wotina na oye no ben be bia se kwa ba mu potenka kotia nya kwan it's no bia na odi atem enti bia me pese me kan se na se ne ye tiwa ne ya ma obe no enke ye tiwa ye nka se wasotwe ni enti besto now bill ni ye beje ni ye dia ye de ye de beye na so na asotwe ni de ubenya pepepe tiwa ho
okay
me pato me dase pa
me so ye da wase
yo
na me nshira okay 0302 771 593 obetimi abo ewre mu bi na ye di nkomo na no pe nsema ya bo brusi yeah hello good morning.
Hey, minu aba akopɛ.
Menkwa minua.
Kwasi poku ni mekasa free amasama constituency.
Kwasi poku ne ba ni sign na ohwehwe wo nua achese.
Brother, yen sempi.
Nyame te ase.
So ya na mehwe wo hwe wo ni mehwe wo ni minu aba ni sister. Oba ya mehwe mo pa na ya na to me bi kura na credit kura de be kasa radio so ya na enye ize fama yesa.
We ho. Nyame te ase.
Upon the case of Mammy Mo about to my palmody. One say, if we are say away, name Kwasi Poku. Mayor politics are ya. There's no way, say, maybe depending at that. Other MPPO, CPPO, NDCO, may be that because you are to kill us. But you won't crophobia or my wimoa, or my own to say a true pampine. A cocopa on your day. You would nipa bi mu ha e wo Ghana ha se ya o mo respect o mo ba ku sei fair politics me metimi akọ MPP obi betimi afre MPP aba NDC eno ni nkyese ya atamfo edise nya yi leader na leaders ne ponte ne nkrofo na o mo ye adwuma de abo man na ensese ye ti opia other the person's opposition or the person in the government but political party afre say MPP no some of the supporters no Suban omu denedi no eye onkofo metse me am party say me Kwasi Poku ka chem se me Kwasi me ginefo am te Kwasi ase ba Kwasi ade o ka kire me a ho de me ntwe ma ba ka se bia wo be ka bia fa no bia ye ntro metal me ho se me ya boa ni abetra boa tale mo na me de na mabonti no obi ahu se ye didi Kwasi Poku asem se Kwasi Poku ya boa no let's focus the good work is Excellency John Dramani Mahama is doing.
Okay.
The obi di president atema enu de ya ade a enye say obi ko di bawo mi atem enye because bawo mi anu he ye kan sa obetumi abedi president o ye Ghana for enti e be free atem di no de bobo NDC ni afi mum ye nyai ni focus of the country no in ma papa e wum no na emoa Ghana Yankobon so ani ma pa o di
me da say Kwasi Poku me da say all right. My frefo ni nyina nsi hanom na ye ndane ye ho embra ana ye ba ye beto aso wo Oman Ghana Nkosuo chumeti aso.
Ankara ye duaba a edi mu se wuta idi a Wowedie ye fefefe. Na emom semina ebuoma wowedie ejina so. Eye fefefe. Eyen ara agbevemona soap ene agbevemona cream. De nyina mede semina no dware ena mede cream no so sra. Yebu baby say se woni mo nsa hohora woni ahemfo ena didi. Me kun footballer odimu e de agbeve bam ene di ni djuma. Chenso ono kra na offrey we na ye friend no adwenkra e wo psychology mu.
Hello Ohima Mona.
Yes Mr. Bam.
Me pacho mayembre me agbeve bam e wo flight edika eba London me namfo no mu e ha me omo anya me secret no
fa agbevemona soap ene agbevemona cream kutia honam nsansa ekro honama eyinka nantema propro agbevemona cream ebuama tumifu kama ena ema honam tosod na hanaha agbevebam ya wuyi ano agbevebam ya ma honam yawo sisi yawo ubenya agbevendro yi e wo pharmacy shops herbal shops any over the counter medicine sellers FDA ajejodi nkrato yi atu.
Amena sana mo akwaba Emra CTV so oh me ya worry hey neti mo waka bu mbekọ biem sisa me mbekọ biem yare time o anyway me na ba my ba che innocent atena se Ivan at say
ya nyame adomo
e de nyame ase Davidson de oyinipa boni ni na efiti na no joda ehura wahuru mi wofia e ka se me quantify si wontua ho kan ko ntimi ntua ba me de ne bone ya chem
cap no e ba fie afia na ba
ai
nyina ya de
mo almost na ya say omo mercy na the goat have been used for pepper soup o be steady what na match no heavy
oh me hwe bi
cracker to cracker
yeah
na baby ya ball na tra 100 minutes na fe de nyina ya hu say ball na ayeden kuro be hu ba ha be.
Oh yeah, but I think that Spain for deserve to win, but Argentina for kwaje yanka enye fair because they played almost everything.
Because first half they na see Argentina so throughout.
And you know, and that is the Spanish football for you. Nina from Barcelona, tiki taka no, they control the ball when you be more. And on that day.
You see the Barca fans.
On the day, no, I think your fans say Argentina in your bad day.
Yeah.
No, that Obia, nobody can contest that.
Yeah.
And Spain deserved to win. So I think it wasn't any team there. And
I think that day was not meant for Messi.
Yeah, Barcelona for either Yama or Messi. But be able to be
yeah, the goal.
No.
All right, the football you work up Yababe Guntiaja. The excitement of it. That's the only thing that brings us together. You get it. Na dia Shamima Muslim dia yeme no still that's yeme ya o. That's yeme ya. So wa hye da hurumia fiti awia na kwasisi ya bobo ni wie mesi yegusu bobo akwa na ohurumi. Ni ebo wie ne dia na asay kora.
Ehuro bia no e ba fi o.
Ono anya basa fan.
Against if I say against for no mo don be no.
Enti media no kora we no so bua anya basa bia na.
Enti o support to Spain na. Say Barcelona now support because Spain team almost half of the players.
Barca team. What you say? No. Today we say yes, you defend here. That's the reality. Dear Ben. You say before 30 your life. All right. Yansha. From weekend now, basis a lot has happened. A lot has happened. By next year time, next year in Kakren. Starting with your first topic. No, I know sir from Monday. You call to Eddie ruling by a far Samra boy case, you know, the Republic versus Chama won to media. You did the home comobia, the Yahudia minority for waka, Yahudia na lawyer for waka, attaching the okaye and the appear could be shababe can in some no dear because I appreciate the bottom line is that NPP catch it abai bias to me a political prisoner onye bonibia they are not being fair to him. They are going to go for appeal a whole lot. Minority press conference. Yasinko Diafran press conference. And radie convoy a consewum. Dr. Baumia a coachia won't to me.
Yeah, I mentioned what's here for. I am not sure, sir, the outcome of to me case, I new to Obia. Because Obia will follow the trajectory of the court proceedings, na people were convinced eventually state in me approve the case beyond every reasonable doubt, and that could be inferred from the posture, the conduct, and the subsequent pronouncement by the lead lawyer. Not only due to me in our court. At some point in time, he realized that the case was a bad case, and he wanted to flip the conversation and make it emotional. The NDC MPP. But unfortunately, backlash na bad so because it became clear say we abandon the client at the middle of the sea. Abra, your friends say waves, are very high, and that was quite obvious because Abra or is it or is it on the premise of Nyansa Sembi kan ho a pasumwa then Ghana for who agree say asamna okan so but free court and also where they jumano suddenly now are transforming into a PR. Anonymous TV radio interviews there's had an or yeah 20 agenda na de wo he kokko asem na ye di ne kra enwie wontumi na afa wadwuma sa wo se wonya bie ma onam Peace FM onam Angel FM onam ye fans am high CTV onam ha onama just or granting interview. The motive was one, just to flip the conversation and make it look like NDC for which hunted the client, but issues na year before him they didn't. And for me, so we had their question in me free say won't be ni powerful almost say on Mundi as 7 man on 1 and this will be blame say MPP for will be blame cancel the representation in am my men starting free say so we have amendment we have act na ye di this act 703 amended in 2019
na
so we have sa particular your friends saying legislative way we have that particular your friends saying act in the man a very dangerous act very dangerous. Because asa amrano emfa obi o to galamse nkwa na kokotum na mom o say so we instigate or cancel or procure or facilitate or be man contravene any of the provisions therein. As I will jail 15 or least 15 or highest 25. That is how dangerous it is. So it's not just about say if you facilitate, instigate, or cancel or be for crass or go to galamsey that is the dangerous law. They say the same MPP government na and amende and all that and I did you be some yachewa. You look at the sentencing regime of that particular crime na yede amount now I shall so act to 1 and I'm say omunye serious intino yada some kese we are to 6 count Emma the Attorney General through the Deputy AG my member about so he has done quite a good job. What me agina sa asem we so I'm making the case nyina afra witnesses na se for eduru wuntume so sa yese bra na onsem no so be ka wonsem na se cross examination na oba ya efri ne lawyer no say your friend say we are filing for submission of no case. Do you know what that means? It means that state in some no one can nyina say be enkwase asem nyina so bi ani enti judge no montungu really. And that was what they did. So they did not prepare for defense in the ongoing case. And the Abra judge the boss asem no to gwe no hu say ayeka. And at that point, I feel na wo ho be pull am wa be defense. That defense no will be jittery. And this a wutie the na ekoso no nyina na offer witnesses almost by 8. 4 na bae. Eto there then on one ho kan ho say ono aye witness. Because other people are expecting you we are the buyer. Then nipa no mo buy no be dia dance amano no omo ba they didn't come as a witness on Babwa to build into this case. You see by yourself, so a mining expert. And you know, but court, you know, what constitutes mining, illegal mining. So nothing he said in the court, you know, and a favor wound to me. Then I say, Resek, your friend saying, Papa Nanoy, director of regional minister, and so by. Also, on there was a one time there was an issue and all the military for quite a while. So the account by these people, none, and anywhere into the benefit of wound to me.
Yeah.
Said assembly se call and a court no judge na tenase no yeah na odi no ruling na ba say based on all the enumerations across no nyina no wa find no wound to me guilty and people are arguing say a company na kwaya adwuma na ba ne say na ye wound to me. Here is the catch. Your friends say first you must know say your friends say who incorporate company na so perpetrate crime the court no I the right to pierce the veil. I'll be you more free the veil of incorporation, you know, ultimately free her. But in this particular case, you know, the judge did not have any difficulty piercing the veil of incorporation. But so we have proceeding is that want to me say or a company no na brand be na tey I'm a friend of Kwame Antwi. Kwame Antwi be seen there. Obi anim ba bia when the picture ko so you can assume say or a fake person. But again, ye bisa na say sa Kwame Antwi wo here won to me say 2021 2022 na Kwame Antwi frɛ na ka kire ne say o tu kwan okosiki greener pasture nti already we free kroma. So what it means say bone na ya che wa wudi ni 2024 no Kwame Antwi nka ho you become a sole person so that veil of incorporation na so any hope any decision bia contamine take bia no you as a person Onamu ye too and a judge in the car say omon sign a functioning board of directors mo ye adwuma ye betima ka say okay enya wo na wo ye board of directors no the mad decisions na say for no sa board of director bia ni ho a functioning then it becomes you. Then we come back to the issue na want to make case na say nyina ye different from case na ya chene dada no. That's what people should know. Sa case na Martin Pebu no report to ye na say for no nyina no and na ye want to mean the personal involvement in Galamsey. This particular issue here can started on the 16th of April 2025. Abra police for call Western region mo kwache that ogumni Henry you see on a honor case in started free and through interrogation and now okay so assassin want to mean at the mame say men to Galamsey na me fantua me hoka na me fanya reclamation na say na nso fa yekokosi he to me be na wo na se na ekoba ya enti ebeduru court no na MPP for argument na say state no entimi nchi wuntu me because say you can say you transfer mineral right it should be a written document actually say nkrata ni me dia bra wo sign me sign me dia ma wo ya ho na unza sign nipa binim ko school kwa adwen ka ho nyansa nka ho because want to miss dealing with the gentleman ogum aye your friend saying clandestine arrangement aye no sumase because only right so the mobi enti se obi won so obi a osma ya se kotwa tire breme na metu ya aka na one obi asensan krata da obi sumo obi aso nkotwa tire mra na osensan krata ana am Robert so mo boss no tifie na osma se ne nkora nkobo kro no a who said or no more sign krata. So that is it's a clandestine your friends saying arrangement. So you might not find any your friends saying krata paper trail bia. But I will have kwanya your friends say section 14(1) of the your friends saying of the act 703 na ya captain na. It's not just about transfer through documents and as for what trust are near money or the can't say meaning so if you have that
that TV
so Sanka obet me nya read am manka be 14 and kasa no 14:1 yeah 14:1 no
991 okay my first one
yes what trying in such a okay I think that no 14:1 where 99 the sentence
where are the sentence no
yes
ma me hwehwe 14:1
check 14:1 ma na me nkyira wade bi a lot of people are missing and say sa there na you will understand the year canon enti say wo ha waka transfer any other means ni nyina no na wase abeka I use a residual phrase. As a phrase in a friend catch all. Any other arrangement biana the framers no I be say biano has been dealt with by that catch all or residual phrase na that particular asie no. And that is where this particular arrangement verbal clandestine surreptitiously done ni nyina no fall within, because at the end of the day somebody has been permitted to go and mine on a land that only permission, and that is all that it means. So you don't need to transfer in the form of a written deed and sign with your movie. Any other arrangement be a can who be no say ya chewa you fall within. And until that particular argument and an MPP for advancing no judge no botugu ye. And again, a coco drew a point to be a bra new judge and friends are touching by
new lawyer.
Yes, Obaapa he wanted to play games. And I'll say so we have article
14:1 no.
Okay.
Or say a mineral right shall not in whole or in part be transferred, assigned, mortgaged, or otherwise encumbered,
or dealt with
in a manner without the prior approval in written of the minister.
So encumbered with no a limitation on the right that has been given to you. So it's a strict limitation on it or dealt with. So any other arrangement be a obey na any mortgage, any transfer, any way no. And those arrangements in no where your residual phrase are a catcher, which as I would the net at all. And it may not be transfer, it may not be mortgage, it may not be, but any other anything be that falls within that incumbent or dealt with phrase na a catch-off phrase na no. So you cannot go and sit on TV and say there was no document, there was no deed in the judge. That is why judge say sabi in seven more can was a poor argument. And again, and Obaapa no say your friend say 99 when so wetin dey atoso anka be me de pa.
I know your first one now.
Yes. A honor sentencing regime no. And this is a sentencing regime now.
Be a mukakra.
Manenya kese na menka ya de.
Kese kakra na
and the attaching case in the say. So what kind controversy na ya charge won to me say why na. We ya won to me say why na. Say what kind bone na wadi na. A whole sentence no. So what that particular sentencing we article 99 2B na one for punishment and sha no and so he was going to invoke the interpretative jurisdiction of the Supreme Court by article 130 our reference article 1911 1911 naturally say answer na be punish you be no say e wo mrama ya define and in his head no he is telling you say 2B no there is no punishment but obi a onim kwanya parliament phrasing way bia no so what kind two your friends saying B and C na or say act or instigate command facilitate encourages or in any way or manner purposely aid facilitate encourages or in or promote any act any act in respect of this act which a penalty has not been specified, or you see the word or so the or no is a continue is that particular phrase B or the C, and the C comes with punishment. So attach and say B no punishment in sha no enti yemfa Supreme Court na enko interpret. And my man say hey asema na okay because what follow parliamentary kwan on faso a omo church omo nsem nyina no it's a matter of legislative construction, not an issue of your friends say embra no for to be so it does not warrant any constitutional interpretation, because even the word or na esha ho no kra say either B or A no that is the same thing. And punishment that I was see no is what should be imposed on anybody that offend B. So you don't need any constitutional interpretation. And a judge no to go here say there is no basis, and our reference say a lot of articles, especially Act 30. So when you first why you na parliament over the years I no ultimate sure because sana ya can say where your friends be na or say a person who a person, that is the tool we believe. Does it make sense?
Two no kwajina ho say a person who
you see, does it make sense? Exactly. So the full act and they will see, and the punishment is attached to C. So the C will be the punishment that any of these things are ever imposed on you. But you cannot just go and say there is no punishment attached to the B and to say because you just no moody. But the judge was very, magnanimous, kind enough to let all these things, and the ruling she took her time extensively discuss these things. I catch it say a legislative construction. There is no ambiguity. There is nothing that warrants the invocation of Article 130 of the Supreme Court. And to go here and a case, a course so and a yesane. So first one, thank
you, Davison.
Transfer deed. As a krata a wo dia dance say to me and my catch say the article 4 section 14 deal with you don't need to be in the written documents or transfer documents. After all, it's a criminal engagement and winning the panoye, you will not find any paper trivia in an enterprise that is criminal. So any sensible person will know say in such an arrangement there will be no way. And I want to me argument and say other man say Uncle Diakube na onsanya reclamation na court say okay, that's fine. Na me ni ho na we su ni ho when I walk wasem. So I know the day I am going to base on circumstantial evidence to determine this particular matter. And circumstantial evidence is allowed in criminal matters because, for instance, wuni ukunada adia chi obia ya find say bibia si room ho and normally cry sex case and as ane man obi se wona nada wo se wona na yakọ room ho condom ho ya yisu ya friend say sperms ne na sefo nyina pete gudamu a ekire clearly say obi no obi ada even though ya mechew say oda wo so ona wo da but circumstantially we look at all the available evidence and the fact say ya CCTV camera bema bia ni ho fra sa be wura dam ho eya wo nko ana na wone ne wo ho enti circumstantially it must lead to a single logical conclusion. There is no way around it. For instance, obi kunipa, for you to pin obi say wa committing murder there must be death. And this over here, and then nipa kunipa person fa kwan bia so koto body no to twa na o no sabe ya because without the body you cannot pin the person. But there has been instances that without the body court no based on circumstantial evidence leading to just one conclusion say ade a we ye there niema asi kare niema asi nyina the only conclusion we can go even without the body the court can base on that and give judgment. And that's exactly what happened in Wuntumi's case, because what the man said onkoye reclamation obi a onya bi da kra nim say it is one of the most expensive,
very expensive
undertaking. And this is what the man so onya your friend is saying onko bia kuba your friend is sika be na de man no nero nipa no so ka che say o se mintu galamsey na memfa ntemeka mintu galamsey na memfa ntemeka no may not be enough to galamsey no wuntumi kosesa ni mfidi a odi to galamsey begu asase no so ama abrantia na ogum no o wadamfo oton excavator a o se mfidie no enso a odi betu galamsey ema wuntumi kotua eka sa excavators ka edi o ha okoso okofa excavator na damfo ka chan say wuntumi ba no wantua ska ni nyina o enti esa wo soso ena ogum no kwa akososo ansa na oje excavator na kogu nsase no so akwakutu galamsey no ndi wo ka se winnim na nya agro bi na wudi. And if the court is basing on circumstantial evidence not because wuntumi to galamsey but all the surrounding evidence ni nyina kire say you facilitated, you instigated and have quoted act. Your friends are section 99B natural say you instigate, you facilitate, you cancel. So it is not a matter of wuntumi ankasa to galamsey. Wuntumi ankasa to galamsey case eno eno
ya tano nemri forest no
wuntumi na ankasa to galamsey no ho eno na akufuado eko yi ni free ne na sefo nom no but we ye say o se obi kutupa amana ye anemra no say we show say we even me froba dem me tufu say kutu galamsey kura na metimi support in any way with credible evidence. I'm entitled to go to jail for 15 years and between 15 to 25. So it's not wakojina wutu galamsey. And bisa everything. Assassin a can asem no is a bona fide property of who? Taba to me registered in his name into property. And I want to be to galamsey na winim. And what about Jatum say no arrangement? What the mano? Say on your kube. There is no evidence. Actually, say kube na nipa no bi Oman one city. And sika bang and a nipa no so no. Aya prosecutors no were very smart to convert him to a prosecution witness. And that is allowed. Aya manfo e ka say nipa no mu to galamsey no adentre ye je omo na aban no tam etan wu ntumi ntia. Let me explain. In a criminal trial, that is allowed.
Yeah.
So we call US and then say omukwachi air chapel from your friends Mexico, Edinco America could dinner sem. Operations now no more no na clandestine operation. Nobody has ever caught your friend air chapel okra cocaine. But he was the campaign. But obian hu so okra your friends cocaine da. Ni nkrofo na omode komo chichi omo no omo na no mu ya chi omo so ukura cocaine enti omo no mo ya guilty.
Yeah.
But America na say only evidence a e kira say papa na nkasa na eye enti no they turn those a ya chi omo with cocaine no into witnesses by letting them go free and giving them evidence ebetimi aboa amomo lay campaign na nkasa. So that is allowed. And so most of the security people no omo nkasa kunipa the security omo and the transport cocaine as for omo all the dirty work ni nyina no most of them went free because they testified against their own boss because that is the only way you can get. President Mahama eba no I say ahia forma na omo call to galamsey site ba dey na ya chine na ya jeni no enya the target no we want the real campaigns. And no targeted the same campaign. 2024, Godfrey, the dame back actually say, Oko Eastern Regional Loan, 1 year. With the Eastern Regional Loan, what jailing nipa 187 for Galamsey. Sankro for 187, yeah. A here for ma, Uncle Badi, Yachina, Unikama for near jailing for political trophy. But this time round, no. Sir, I hear former 28 on the state and say they are no longer going to prosecute those people. You use more as a witness to go after the campaign, just like it's done elsewhere.
Yeah.
So it is not because Obi Taiwan to me, it is because this time round, the prosecution focus is on the campaigns.
Because they are the sponsors.
Exactly, because
it's called the 12
assassin ye ogum there. And I would see a conversation there because now want to me kotua excavator ka. And I wouldn't wait so. Ye kwa to go na area ya che. Fabiye reclamation ma me asase a me ma say no. So it's an admission that one kasa assassin kwa what to galamsey wo so.
What to ase na wie.
Exactly. So wo hwe sa nsem we nyina na ni nyina beboa no na ekekere wuntumi kon oyi ne ho enyeye. Nti lawyer no hu sa na quickly say ofanyansa kwan so no dwane ja no. E na kofa attach yan by no so no games no play around. Nti na judge no ka say there were a lot of gray areas in the submissions that we make here or expected say. And can the lawyers no bet me I interrogate it further. I bring it closer to that particular matter. Yeah, judicial, your friend say, your judicial arrangement na no. The judge no and your investigator. And you know why I don't say no until here. The more kekana no so. And this elsewhere, the judge herself is an investigator. No will do independent verification and way. Your higher system no. As some of kind of court agent so bufo. Yeah. Judge no will not do any further checks. In some of me no more kekana and odi nyansa ne mreto ho na odi ajeliu. And this ana kokoye this I want to make you case here. At the end of the day you cannot blame the judge. Yeah. You understand? So for me I think that the judge did a good job because issue with the trial not started October. Yeah. Less than 1 year she's done with the matter. And do you know why I content them? And the lawyers na. Because yet some of these high profile cases in Ancha Koran Kabenya na 4 years. Yeah. Yeah. But there are some cases where you also I will represent you be. Now when you could arrogant like we court to say I'm filing for submission of no case because state in some more kind of emphasis 17 Botugu. Really? So they did not get time to prepare adequately for the defense. So by the time a judge boss assembly to go and said there is a case to answer no so they use few days for their defense. Yeah. And the prosecution then the only thing the judge is left with is to come with what? Judgment. And I appear could be and I'm not sure I won't to be that jail and they but they didn't help him. I am saying this on authority. And so what kind of judgment now? The only thing you take home, judge not kind of say the lawyers am one in the judgment. And I say ye pepe na chintamon kwada muntam. And that's exactly what he did. So for me, I think there won't to me case there. I have a basic principle. Remember, I can't say when you are fighting with somebody, then the partner fall to the ground. You don't punch a person who is already on the ground. Won't to me the air can be an auntie. And finally, watching a bed or the friend said, "Russell, my sister command Gary Shito, but we are not call her."
Ah, what the convoy?
Yeah, Gary Shito, but tobacco, yeah, the command. Until won't to me there, he's out of the scope. But yeah, it's also a lesson to everybody. You see, I don't see this thing as won't to miss case.
Yeah,
I see. So we a politician, wherever you find yourself, we are NDC, we are MPP. If you are in this government, this particular ruling should send certain shivers down your spine. And rather make kind of radio good say you must be a fool to think the NDC will be in power forever.
Oh yeah. Ah,
you must be.
I don't know what
you must be a big fool to think the NDC will be in power forever. Even if 20 years, the party will go back to opposition and somebody will come take over. And this way, idea na wanyoni. That's a what buying crowd decides to be born near Nkosuo. You should know say they will come out. Won't to me koi ebi abedi achirebi. The only thing about me abua and you won't to me sentencing. A sentence na come with deterrence as loud message to everybody. It doesn't matter who you are. And look at this, how funny this whole thing is. When Wound to me was all over fooling around this country, all side forest and then he has the backing of the most powerful person of the land at the time, the
president.
He went to Koforidua and cleared himself on Nyashi. Then he pushed all the investigative authorities away. Eba say ye di won to me asema na no ye tab na shaka mu. The same powerful person still organa how. What is what me akasa? Because he has no power. Sa na tie. And this what is na wa ban was na say oh president madam oh menua no oh ate emre bi beba okotena fie. Ofa for obi akra mfie no na ontumi nka hwe. Say da Akufo Addo te ho a ene ya tam ne doba de na shaka mu na gare na okori wo nsawami. Ontumi nya ho hwe. The same thing na beto. So it's a lesson. It is the lesson. To me there. Oh no. Well, he has never belonged to the political stage. He has never. Because I didn't even cry and find politics. But MPP didn't say biakwa koduru baby atitia pansamintia. You not have wound to me. Kwan of us or kasa. Kwan of us or yen neema. Say obey regional chairman. But that is just by the way. So he is going to where he rightly belongs. But those on the stage, it's a lesson. It's not just about Galamsey. It is also about wherever you find yourself. Because now you're setting the stage. Now, I'm not referencing what happened in South Korea. Almost sitting president last year or the jail. You're jailing for life. We'll go back to the same country history of 2014. The sitting president was jailed. If you go back to Brazil, a sitting former president was jailed, Da Silva. And that is the realm we want to push to, where even the powerful will be held accountable for their state worship. And that kind of for that time, will be mine. So I'll say on my chrome. Ninja a huge indictment on us as people. Try in our bit to ensure that accountability regime will be strong and be steadfast. Uncompromising, very strong. And whoever that contravenes any of the established rules of engagement, will be dealt with accordingly. So for me, I think there won't to me case there. There is nothing wrong with that. They deserve one and in and they say won't to me case now for years now 40 years no double.
I say by concurrent.
Run it concurrently.
Yeah.
So ne 40 years, in the 20 years, in the 20 years, a more peak to work and watch them. One beer 2 years.
1 beer 2 years.
Yes.
With hard labor.
Yes. And the 1 beer 2 years.
Yeah.
With hard labor. And the say okwa appeal. Now say onya one of the counts revoked that. Another 20 years is hanging. That is what people are not making. I tell my command for one drink call. Count different counts and I jailing or home and do call now with me argue say mining right and then as if one wrong into there is another one another 20 years and some of these counts independent of each other. You are guilty beyond one sentence and do with me now 20 years back free man. There is another 20 years because I double 20 years no servo and yes I appeal so answer appeal you need to cancel all the 6 count 2 na ejina so man 20 years. So the 2 no you need to make sure that you nullify it.
Yeah.
And that is going to be a hell of a
very
process.
Difficult
yes,
process.
I think they are open to appeal. And appeal process, and I don't know how they are going to argue. And we Attorney General and then the deputy.
Yeah.
I think that they've done a good job because going into this particular matter, no, they didn't have any solid evidence. They relied on the prosecution witnesses, you know, free wound to me side. And to say arrogance, na sabi enye jimia, ya nipa wone na ye adwuma, eba na san, and nipa na tiny against you.
Edi adanse
etia wo. Ni nyina kire saa akesesem na me because saa nipa no be ye wunyame at a point in time. You make sure say you get him to your side.
Yeah.
But me sure so friend ko catch some fan kwase amfiri no
na se ba ko yo ne ne chi omo bom yi oso omo betena fam free wontumi omo aka omo agbo ne di aka free ni bi
exactly
enti won jimi yo no so
obo ne ho ban exactly and that's what they are doing enti nipa na ono no won no arrangement a wakotu excavator mana kotu ability it means that you won no binding arrangement.
Sure.
And you want to me convince nipa ama Attorney General free baby ono onim nipa no atime ba convince nipa na by the prosecution witness against you actually say human relational level no something actually went wrong because if he was able to win these witnesses to his side and can the state to have no case. If Wontumi was able to bring these prosecution witnesses to his side because they proved the case.
Yeah.
Because I know the guy is telling you say oboa or the mama say to galamsey na state ni ho Attorney General ni ho president ni ho court ni ho or so the mama say to galamsey Wontumi say me the man so nya reclamation and judge na say okay we say the man say for to galamsey we say me the man say for to ya fan say reclamation me ni ho so me be share the surrounding facts no na magina so hu man na e kan okore and that's exactly what the court said did. And first of all reclamation sika of the man so mfanya wo he money be when say Oman scout say there be na say me infant to galamsey na me infant meka when na court be believe no because reasonably you know so be reclamation it should be money again we say we need connection okotua excavator ka ama ne kotua part e no kra na nya no kre omo ba che no na kwanta mining dan ya yasi akwanta mining emu na omugu enti obi a winnim no nya ma no kwan na ba say na ogu ma na oye paper transfer and as for is an unreasonable argument to make because my catcher say this is a clandestine arrangement that is done in a surreptitious manner. Suma say dark arrangement. You don't expect to have a paper trail. Sure. So the court will not even facilitate, it will not even avail his mind to that particular thing. So for me, I think justice has been done, and accountability na Ghana for can you say enka oral cases in one, but you see it's a regime of accountability being resurrected under John Dramani Mahama because at the end of the day, my culture say NDC go back to the people for vote again. Omo nkohwe dollar na omo nhwe cedi omo ko bisa akromfo no mudi yesika no akromfo no mude omo say ya man no akromfo no mutu galamsey say ya japade no and wuntumi aye kana say me see so party ba power na say winnim nyansa wa hu udi hu agwa asema benya no because you think you are all powerful
exactly
because apart from this Okoji road contractor ho asem
yenwie
ansa na Exim Bank okos fraud amanfo asen akoji loan enti sa wa ban ba power na say winnim nyansa pe ba bi tena the mere fact say wura officer CEO no be ka say oh mama contract no be very careful because you might be walking into your own grave. And that's exactly when money was coming. Look at the dia wound to me si Kumase. I say na oko Kumase a we say young guys no follow MPP a year cover year demonstration single room crown we never been for within to any expensive cars. And he did all these things because a regional chairman. For one kind of story, so buy no your security. Our team for the politics no no home boy and all of a sudden when that sa we no o party for kwana boa be na wo de boa omo. So I know the day no or konsa wam na sa wona wo so beji atoma demonstration na asefo a wan kasa wo jejereje. For me I think that justice has been served and I'm not looking at Wontumi or jail and then at this point in time our family, our everything, we can only sympathize with it because say obia ojina na nan so twika sakese na na for and then okoda bed fiance wo your friend say wam obi na be kire oni group na kwa the same toilet so na na for to be very honest with you but you see I am looking at the deterrence aspect, the message this thing is sending we NDC ni wa ban mu a be careful because you say oko obi ayi ase
ever since when you was here be a go fund me man
you say oko obi ayi ase na ya deda no da ha you should know say Saturday be ba
won so wo de beba
Saturday na ya krase ya kwa amamfo ayi no o Saturday ba nim na wunnim it won't me there na aba nne obi so there
wa careful exactly
wa ban abanti o me kwa hayre be ma me kwa me de be ma me a be very careful be very careful.
All right, your second topic, you know. So at the account, I may sure so Baumia speaks, you know, flyer nibi. I thought he was coming to speak on economy, but it tends to be a different issue because of our law. Tribunal and was President Mahama. Mane sent it to it.
Yeah, it's funny, you see. Maybe about me, I think so what the emotions approach issues are a mistake because when you be or pray for constituency chairman and as I pray for regional chairman, say to me, you want to lead this country, the Republic of Ghana as president. And I think say anytime be a babontia or casabiano, you should have your back packed. I will leave rooms for among for doubt your competence and your intelligence. So one kasakra want to mean you hire people to do better research for you so that you are brief. This you don't speak from your friends an arena of ignorance. Now you are able to speak to the issues. So bill banner say obia or concerns that is legitimate. I able to me express issues in as a forum. But you see when the concerns being raised, are unfounded. Are not grounded in anything of substance, then it becomes an issue. I bet some sort of an emotional reaction to a situation that our parliament go through the process. But Nebia Mekanano na Mesakan baby say tribunal system ain't new to Ghana. So we have past constitutions now, and I import the same thing into this current constitution. I 1992, Article 126. Now her court structure now regional way. But Baumia made a very funny comment and I may go issue with him. Or say tribunal no President Mahama Manin sign it, and in his supposed presidential address, he's telling the people of Ghana say, Bill never ma Ghana niya onye lawyer na only mra amana kudi asema kujeli obi. The tribunal is going to allow people who are not non-lawyers. So in his Mayor Spandana, the tribunal is going to make farmers, teachers, fishermen, and that is his concern. That is a lie. Because you see, anything about this tribunal has extensively been dealt with in the 1992 Constitution. The bill that is going to Parliament is just an implementing tool, a give implementation touch to what is already in the Constitution. And the Constitution, I read a provision, I can say, to become a chairman of the tribunal, you must be somebody who qualifies as what? Your friend saying, High Court judge.
You're better than non-lawyers.
And you're better than non-lawyer. Now, non-lawyers, okay, Article 125(2), a maho public participation in our judicial system. And the yawa so be kunipa, I had the highest crime in this country. Do you know that Ghana for now determines a odifo and odifo? And judge you, because that is why we have the jury system. The jury, the court will have to, the judge will deal with the law, and the fact will be dealt with by the jury. I'm a teacher for, I'm a fisherman, but who can know a lawyer? And the judge, marano, and the become fact no one. I Ghana for fisherman, a teacher for no, and the determines we are guilty and as we are guilty. So Obia Wakunipa, ya jail Nibiana, and ya judge in a Nokoto prison, a Ghana for, and do we a vice president. Now we understand some of these things. I will be making this whole argument.
Yes, a bill no one kind. Or kind
one kind, because, and again, I say, Marano, the Yakumu under military rule, you can't, your friend is saying, tribunal, a Magana Fosro. So, what kind of memorandum I accompany this particular bill? Because for any bill, there must be an accompanying memorandum. I set out the objective, how. On what them clearly, Parliament to say, in attempt to come out with this particular bill, they got concerns from a lot of Ghanaians, say, the PNDC and other regimes under tribunal and money pass through So in addressing that particular concerns, making sure say the 1992 Constitution, the Act 29, and the Criminal Procedure, and any other law be able to have used to their fund team with this particular bill, making sure say human rights as guaranteed by the Chapter 5 of the Ghana 1992 Constitution. Nobody can use the tribunal to offend anybody so far as the human right or anything is concerned. And it's a kind of memorandum now. You will not come and make such funny comment. And that is what they do. They don't read, they just come and make. Because code your press conference now, and I'll say, but to me, it's the political prisoner. They say that is the most silly comment I've heard so far. Abrana but that particular press conference, are you aware that your friends are ruling no crank? The ruling came out late in the evening. And this is a lawyer. A lawyer who media for so many or your press conference because somebody has been jailed. Onyankai ruling, no Onyankai judgment, and yet. Now, how could you want to mean a political and make a press conference? More, yeah, Mompo be otekasa now on your press conference because in some now can what's your crime and you will bufu. So we a political party now person depend take you serious. Yeah, you take your time. Yeah, you read to understand. Where you read and you cannot understand, at least you can wait your bobi pa. I'm not a kind of church was say that and whenever you come out now, you raise substantial argument. So you say they won't to me really nearby, judge no can say you think say or the judge add in law and I say way any so when you activate such a conversation, it becomes an intellectual conversation that a lot of intellectuals can come to the table and take your side.
Discuss.
Dr. Bawumiansa tribunal issues were issue bang. What is already one issue? Apart from emotions, you say soldier for no the nipa. A vice president, that is the basis of your press conference. You haven't read a bill. Any controversy be any almost sidestep any of the process. For Christ's sake, parliamentarians were part of the process throughout and send a bill the year. And some men no more relate to you, and they thought say you didn't matter, and because you're supposed to be brief so that you understand the processes I go through. So far as a bill, no, cause what's the agitation from any of the members on the committee? What is so?
Yeah, until the day no almost
exactly.
But their members were on the committee.
They were part of the process. Yeah, built there until the day now. They said they were walking out. So imputing us for now go through no. And they are saying so NDC were numbers be numbers. Remember, I'm gonna cut audio so I'm papa na cut audio so. Eya brabo bonne a what to me yeah. And I Ghana for so now. So yeah, you see, I think they need to hasten slowly. To be in opposition and aggression. You see, this is the time wisdom and intelligence must come to bear. Oh, can't say you make sure that you lazy with a lot of complexion side. But communication are not, leadership are not, vice president or president Kasa, the host in the argument he makes, and leave you a lot of concerns. Then raise a question of competence if that person can be trusted. Say I'm far on my way, Shannon, sir. God, this is a gentleman who went about this country giving lectures about the economy, how economy is run, giving theories and stuff. Yeah, the economy, the man, or the form the economy, down the bosso, Homecro to me, and not the economy, the pansam. Yeah, the buyer was now quickly, we're transforming into a phony digital aspect. The word is phony. Digital aspect and what turning who into giving lectures on economy. But we are better than when was the last time I saw okay economy once? Because
I'm saying what degree but media budget review.
Yes. Nobody will take him serious. Because I was what the dollar better them as a dollar to me lock the key party. Now you share now you I know that somebody never come by economy who Ghana ni better so he can no longer speak about the economy. That is why in some here, the cartoon anyone waka. In some now all kind of no, you ground your argument on substance. You activate intellectual conversation. But here say, oh yes, soldier for no pension. We are not in the military regime. This is a different constitutional dispensation. I will Emraya Juma won't be banded being found to prison. And the arrangement, sign a C call. So we free say Anna. By virtue of Article 2, yeah. say obi mra parliament trans ye ne mra nyina wie now free say contravene with any of the sections in the constitution court betimi abom mra na to agu obetimi afa na wato atwene say unconstitutional. And in the past court wa ye bebre and this a free say bill na parliament a pass no mra bi wo ho a ene mra bo abira. Then you can argue. Then that brings out to the question of the e-levy. They say he who comes into equity must come with clean hands. You see the e-levy, you saw your father saying the resistance. But no, the day cake no I am not saying say two wrongs will make right. But in this particular case, there hasn't been any wrong that has been cited aside the emotion. Based on what? Absolutely nothing, because they are taking us to the dark stages. We are not in the dark stage because they see our problem now. This tribunal is seeking to kill on the say your court is packed. Abaya Titi ya okodi your friend saying oko say Ghana for sika or your friend saying national service your friend saying give to your worry. Oko court how many months and wakobi because the court arrangement is packed so full to the sense say court na yedi nkokɔ ne mponche asem no the same court na yedi akromfo yasem. The court is packed. We need to create a room. Say more court. Or see yen digitalize the court or the entire process has been digitalized. Unless he says maybe a judge in the young AI better now you count automatically now. It's not possible. That no yet digitalize the court. Digitalizing the BM. But no court or the entire process. Date in is online. But it's not enough. So we need to activate what is already in the constitution. I'll have a problem with the NDC and parliament if the tribunal no any constitution na a new addition. I'll have issues with them. But this is something that has been sitting in our constitution since 1979 constitution. Yaba 1992 ababe just say Kufuor time na take the arrangement to make sure say exactly to who here and you can't say court history fast track court that how and am kofa ba the jeli amanfo 10 amanfo worry chachuchi kata on the 28th of was it April February 2022 and they call Supreme Court say court na mate no any foundation bia e wo mram attorney general entumi ngina ono ankasa ne right so encrete court and confer jurisdiction on that court to prosecute criminal matters. Supreme Court tena say yes, as so much achu can no krewom enti ya boss a court no gusa court mu nkogu no. Akufo-Addo ne Kufuor court tena say na mo kofa 3 judges. I think Judge Afre ne some other people ne don mo koka ho. Number 10 judgment ne say the court no e jurisdiction. Number 10 say Chachu prison. The friend say Abodape prison, Kwame Pepra prison, Victor Solomon prison. Through no pia nipa no gum sa Ghana for raise concern because you gave it the constitutional legitimacy. Now the same constitution, a section of it that has not been implemented, they are implemented here. And regional tribunals no one can be bechi obiao.
Say I didn't say what the money out now.
Exactly. So the process will be better me speedy the process, you know? And I see nothing wrong with what is going on. Say a constitutional legitimate and answer there is anything. I woman, can't want some. I say to use a raising concern. To use a raising concern, it doesn't mean anything. They are entitled to express their opinion, and several other people have also expressed their opinion. Do you understand? Trade Union Congress opinion is not better than any other person's opinion. You understand? Until you are able to raise substantial argument grounded in law, enough, a warranty intellectual conversation. Anything they say is an emotional piece. I think that Ghana for should just ignore it and let it go.
For just 3 minutes and say, I will die for my party if free horse. They say, share for verbal insult in the idea. I actually for about NDC, Nibakusu could did about me but no about me as one year. I catch Attorney General say, on you interested in the case. Now, you allow the system to be sanitized because you can't see a jail and you'll be a bed and now mammy or the first lady at 10 weeks also on the person die for NPP. She said the big section a die.
I think that the other bedroom salon because the party is broken, is disjointed. And my culture said, Baumia and conducting the whole year when he decided to embrace these new sounds on social media platforms, you know, they felt energized. Now on the omujeli ni or say oh dear tem na to dear dear ne party MPP beba to his aid obeye popular amobia hu no popular no say that why e prison and that's good you see so we penina you should know your limitation things you acknowledge things you embrace and things you speak against. John Mahama is the president of the Republic of Ghana. That is the office you aspire to go. And somebody on social media really insulter unwarranted accusations upon accusations are so dirty to the point or roping in the innocent wife or tiny baby on home odi omwatema sansemno wotia wasumba ya ocheo. They do these things and somebody who is aspiring to go to the same office will call them and embrace them, take pictures with them. One lady did the same thing. She was invited to party office. And these pictures were flowing all over social media. When they see these things, they feel say a certain realm has been activated. Now who use this media now. People will get to know you, they will appreciate you. So it is Baumia and then nam the so amasa anema we air koso. Menka say in the past. NDC for Navy, but we've gotten to a point abaye a door so filthy then as a forum. So we'll criticize the president based on the human that is allowed. And you're not supposed to like him. If you don't like him, that is your cup of tea. You understand?
Whether you like it or not, he's the president.
Whether you like him or not,
you're president.
What I say? So you can't do anything. So for me, I think we cannot sit here and say young regulated that particular realm. Now, no, make catch will be said. You see, first, no, not medium, near traditional medium. But then the social media platforms, 10 times bigger than the traditional media we used to know. So it is a realm that can never be left unregulated. So we need to pay attention to allow people, give them the freedom to do whatever. And now UK and other platforms, they have started restricting some of the platforms, things you can do there because. So called that particular app on TikTok na kwa nkura sema Ghana for binimu ya no ho so acquire medicine for depressed individuals and some nkura sema mo ye especially Ghanaians living in the diaspora ma me form panifo other sort of pipi ne sen not TikTok and some oka uhua now be answer so that is how the situation has become. We cannot sit here and say, freedom of speech, can you can criticize. That is fair. Policy, whatever the president does. In China, we budget, fought to move and pansan as a forum. And if you think you are working for your political party, seminar workano, nyansa ben the can will convince you be because the political communication is a fine art. So if you have this idiot on social media insulting, you think they are communicating for you. They are not convincing anybody. You need to deliberately set up a competent communication team that will be able to convince wise people to vote for you. That is political communication. That makes it a fine art. But then the MPP communication, trouble. Now no me na brante bi kwotena TV so okasa so tidua so boom 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 na me say asem we a wote ha wo kan obakra you can't even convince your own child to vote for you because asem na wo kan dede ni nsem hunu na auto na wo keka. So if that is the communication you want to go to town with and na Ghana for no money ati o wo kan asem na enyanyansa asem oni wachi you should be able to come so part in the communication na gu
break it down
and the TikTok say communication amount and the funny aspect is that everybody MPP ni bia Baumia aid or communicating man and who am 1,000 obi any aid Baumia aid and Google platform so I think they need to sit down relax chill make sure say maybe na make set TV3 for no more mentor they should introduce mentor extra and begin to do audition for communicators got the way there you can't win power with these characters because none of them and the Timmy sound Abrantia or say miracle you are under investigation. The scope of it you don't know. Bakwatena radio station aje microphone church won say mu abutrika kwatena radio su kwa church nsemu na we ekosi sanyi
ye de neko
chama wuntimi kwatena radio su kwa church nsemu na we ekosi sanyi
ye de neko
enti say you ko investigate no munya nwie na wa adwense kwa kwatena radio su church nsemu a
ye do beko on that note nyamishira say o share ya no pay na me na me nua bema Ivan Chey innocent, always innocent. Me na na se. Enchire wuzemu ebeshi ochana. Bye bye.